We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Hello all and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one, the only, the lovely and talented Miss Jo Fallak.
Hello.
The one and only Mr. Justin Thomas James.
Hello there. Good to see you again.
And we are here tonight to bring you a one-shot adventure of epic proportions. Tonight's game is entitled Vampire Fish. That's right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie. We are so excited to be here with you on this lovely Wednesday night. It is 8 o'clock. That means streaming time. Is everyone ready to stream? How you doing tonight, Justin?
You know what? I'm a little tired. I'm a little envious of your energy drinks that you've got there, but I'm just going to drink them vicariously through you.
Sounds dirty. And how are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing well. I'm also really tired. So here we are, 3 tired Canadians.
I'm not. I am so pumped for tonight's game, Vampire Fish. And let me tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, on the INVICTUS stream, there are going to be vampires. There are going to be fish. There are going to be vampire fish. And that's enough reason to be excited as any, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah.
They're fish and they're vampires?
You're gonna have to
Wait,
see.
which one are they? Are they fish or are they vampires?
Maybe they're both. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Tonight's game is sort of inspired by those 80s movies like The Goonies and Monster Squad. And I want to say Stranger Things, but Stranger Things isn't really an 80s movie. It's like a tribute to them. So it's sort of... That would be like a reference to a reference. You know what I mean? It's like covering a Weird Al song.
That's not allowed.
That's actually a pretty good analogy.
That is a great analogy.
That's a great analogy,
you got
right?
that.
Thank
you got that. I thought you were going to flounder, but no, you hit it on the head.
Harlan doesn't flounder. Only vampire fish are flounders. Ladies and gentlemen, it is of course going to be an 18+ show. If you're not okay with no words such as pee pee poo poo dink dong, dink dong,
Dink dong. That's the dinks dong.
It
It's
is
a penis.
Then you don't have to watch tonight's game, but you're going to be missing out on a great adventure. Tonight is going to be using, first and foremost, the End of the World rule set, which if you don't know how that works, go check any number of our videos where we explain the rules, because we ain't wasting time doing that tonight. Secondly, the lovely PCs are going to be playing kids tonight. We have Donnie and Shauna with us tonight. How's it going, Donnie?
Oh, I'm good. I can't find my glasses, though. I need to... Oh, shoot. My mom's going to kill me.
And how are you doing tonight, Shauna?
You know what? You go sit on a log.
Go sit on a log. I'm excited to meet
I
these
can't
kids.
see a log.
I'm excited to meet these kids in just a little bit. But for now, we have some housework to start off. That means if you're watching this video on YouTube right now, you go ahead and like that video. I want to see a big old thumbs up parade coming down the main street. Thumbs up parade. That's a thing.
It is now.
It is now. But yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube, please give it a like. It makes us feel really, really special, and it makes Justin, I don't know, everything.
It makes me weep in happiness.
That's
very bittersweet. And I'm an ugly crier.
You are not. You're a handsome crier.
Oh, thank you!
I think everyone's an ugly crier. I've never seen a handsome crier where they're like,
oh wow. No, haven't you seen movies though where they're like they cry but they still manage to look beautiful?
Yeah, but that's just beautiful people. That's just their
that's
gift
true
to the world. Additionally,
Yeah.
I think if you're really crying, it's pretty tough to keep us. I think it's like if someone looking ugly, you know, it really hurt.
Yeah,
that's a gauge. That's the gauge for it.
You know who is a great crier on screen? Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, the excellent crier.
Tobey Maguire, the excellent crier, has a very memorable cry.
You know who else is a good crier? John Cryer.
John Cryer?
That's the actor
Jean
from
Crier.
Two and a Half Men. Gruyere?
Oh.
It's like Gruyere cheese.
Crier.
Anyway, what was I saying? 18 plus show. Yeah, like this on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
Anus. That's one.
Whoa.
Oh, anus is an 18 plus
Whoa.
word. Yeah, very much so.
It's a bad word.
It's a bad word. And if you are not part of the Facebook group, go ahead and join the Facebook group. Facebook group is the place where we hang out. And the Discord. I'm trying to use the Discord more. So if you are new to Discord, don't be.
Don't be new.
Don't be a stranger. Come on by.
Don't be a stranger. Come on down. You want to sit on my porch and pour your
Chee-hoo.
big old glass of Southern tea, which, let me tell you, is 17 tea bags, 2 gallons,
A whiskey.
a whiskey, and a big old bag of sugar. No water needed.
I love it. Oh,
What was that?
Justin.
I found a sensor button. So I just want to test it out. Harlan,
Listen
can you
here.
explain something?
You mother. I can't. You son. And it.
Whoa. Harlan. Okay, we're going to have to go over to Joe.
Right in the
We're going to have to go to... Hey, okay, all right. Joe, what do you think about that?
Cunt.
Oh, fuck.
Got that one right by the sensors. That one slipped right through. Sorry, everyone.
That's like South Park censor where they're like subtly like delay the beep like, after the fucking swear.
That's funny. Good thing we said 18 plus show for once. So yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, make sure you join the Facebook group, like the Facebook page. That's a thing. Join the Reddit. That's a thing too. But the Discord is really where it's at. That's the meat and potatoes of this shit sandwich we call life. Also, if you are enjoying this stream, you might, for whatever fucking reason, you might consider being a patron. A patron is where you guys pay us to do this bullshit. Mm-hmm. So,
What are we even doing?
What we call a big mistake. No, I'm just teasing. Thank you so much to our patrons who support us. You guys are seriously amazing. If you do, you get all the notes. Amazing notes, such as... No, there are notes for tonight's game, actually. I have 3 pages.
Oh,
Hey.
I have to send in my notes from last game.
I should do horror. Yeah, that's right, that one. And then I need just Chris's from Horror Back UI. So,
True.
that's the thing.
The Patreon donors, our lovely patrons, are going to have the opportunity to get links to the games that we will be running at Gen Con.
That's right. They get first priority seating to this flight we call Gen Con.
The flight.
Well, first priority. I don't know. I was trying to rope it in to
That's
flight
a
analogy.
fantasy flight.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, a fantasy flight. No, absolutely. You're 100% right. And if you are interested in sitting with us at a table, then I think you should absolutely come on down to the Patreon so you get a beautiful chance at sitting with us at a beautiful table. Mm-hmm. And make sure you come Saturday night because we are doing an old drinky jam at the party.
You don't have to sign up for that
No,
officially.
you don't. You only have to sign up for our hearts.
I have an opening.
I'm an ugly smiler.
I'm an ugly laugher.
Oh, do that again. I cut away.
No, you don't need to.
I need to see it. One more. That's not even acting.
Thanks, Barry.
And what about you, Justin? What are you ugly?
Oh, I'm an ugly, creepy facer.
That. Oh no. Oh no. That's
It's
terrifying.
the face.
Harlan, you kept talking through it as the problem.
No, I cut it. It's good.
Imagine if something happened to me and I burnt my lip on my on my tea, and then I just had to be like this all the time. You guys came to like support me in the hospital.
What if it happened to all of us at once? What
Oh
if
my
we got
God,
into
and we're all
lip
drinking the
action?
same tea.
This tea is so fucking hot.
It's really hot tea. I think I burnt my lip off, guys.
Why are we drinking this tea? I can't stop. It's so good. The tea.
Guys,
Actually,
this is what it would look like as skulls.
Yay.
nice
Nice gold, you cross-eyed. I don't understand how in all those movies the skulls have like full articulation, despite not. I mean, I didn't actually just go, "Hey, Johnny, come over here. I want to give you a kiss." I don't know why he's asking Johnny.
Can you even kiss? Can you kiss as a skeleton?
I'm trying to do
What
Very
does
it.
that look like?
carefully.
Eh.
You can do anything. Are you trying to kiss?
So like, that's the sound that kissing skeletons make.
That's a sexual sound.
That's the only way I kiss.
Clink,
Wait,
clink.
you guys don't kiss with your
Clink,
teeth?
clunk. Oh no, that's why we fell in love.
To me, exactly. It's
Because our teeth met
a
and they
proper
liked
kiss
each other.
is as your teeth scrape across one another.
Should make like a xylophone sound.
Yeah.
That's that's when you play the skeleton's rib bones. That's the
Ah, I see. Right. Oh, can you imagine if you got like custom sized rib bones to play different notes?
It's literally the only thing that puts me to sleep every night. I'm like, God, this world is so stressful, but I'm like, xylophone ribs. That would be great. You'd be able to play so many pranks on people. They'd be like, where do those xylophones come from? You'd be like, me.
It's a great.
Prank.
That's the oldest trick in the book.
Good prank.
Such a classic prank. I remember when my dad played that on me the first time, and then he left and never came back. So good. Double whammy prank.
Still waiting for him to come back.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
Daddy.
Anyway. What the fuck are
Where
we
were
doing?
we?
18 plus. Google page. That's a thing. Discord.
Find us on MySpace.
If you haven't already, join the Google page. Yeah, MySpace.
Remember when Google circles was a thing for like 5 fucking seconds?
G plus.
Circles.
C+. Boo.
Friendster.
Oh.
Friendster is still very popular in like different communities.
Belgium. Maybe.
No, I think Asian communities are super popular.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah. And, of course, if you're part of the Facebook group, you have a chance to win the most valuable post. The most valuable post is the post of the week that we distinguish amongst the rest and say, hey, you're better than everybody. And you deserve to be told that you're better than everybody. And we do that by picking people out of a long lineup of content submitters. And this week, we'd like to award it to somebody who tickled our funny xylophones. That is the one and only Mr. Yes McDonald.
Hooray for you.
Well done, Jeff.
That's
That's Jeff McDonald, of course, for his Elon Musk face swap video, which was very funny. The little baby. Someone superimposed the little baby faces with Elon Musk's little face, and it was
adorable. He's a cute baby. A creepy, cute baby.
Close second was Marvin Tanner with his Marooned on an Island post, which I think if you have not seen, he only posted it today, so I was a bit hesitant with giving him such a prestigious award. This comes with a plaque, not one like this, but like a kissing teeth plaque, like. And you should go and check it out. Shipwrecked on a desert island. Only one S, so you're not going to eat any sweets. And yeah, I think other than that, it was a good week. It was a good rundown of the week. Everybody had a lot of fun.
Busy week.
It's been a busy life.
Busy life.
Busy life, happy life. I think that's it for tonight.
Happy wife, happy
wow.
knife. Sing, sing, sing.
Is that how the knife?
That's what happens when you stab your wife.
Sing, sing, sing. Boom, 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 boom.
Sing, sing.
Musical
sing,
joke?
Sing. No, no.
I did want to mention a few birthdays that I missed. Bjorn turned 20 baby this year. 28, I think, or 29.
Are you, Justin, are you and Bjorn the same age? No, you're turning 30.
I'm turning 30 this year, yes.
Yeah.
Rio.
30.
32.
No,
Yeah.
just
Oui.
30.
Oui. 30,
Et
31.
Pour
32.
vous, pour moi.
Pour 3.
Et puis, allez à la supermarché.
Je ne comprends pas.
Pamplemousse.
And I do want to wish happy birthday belated on May 11th. It was May 10th, I guess. To Rin. Rin's birthday.
Rin!
Which
What a win.
I really felt bad for originally because I thought I missed it. But it turns out this sneaky little goose, she doesn't post her Facebook on birthday.
birthday.
I was in
That
trouble.
common saying.
But for real, I only saw it because someone else was like, "Happy birthday, Rin," but I scanned her wall and like no one else had said it, and I was like, that's why I did a tentative post. You know, it's like just dipping your nuts in cold water. You wanna make sure it's-
Maybe like your brother has a fake Facebook birthday.
Oh, maybe it's not Rin's.
Maybe
real
it's a
birthday?
fake birthday. Maybe she's being sneaky like.
a Ferk day.
Mm.
Rin's got a complicated family history, and it's super interesting and entertaining. And you should get her to tell you sometime because it's really.
She's got a curse.
She's got a legit. Family
Isn't Rin
curse.
Filipino? Part Filipino?
That was a bad question to ask on stream because you got one shot at getting it
pretty
right. Because
sure.
if you don't, you're racist. You're either right or you're racist.
I'm pretty sure. And if she is, I want her to tell me about the Filipino monsters because I've been learning about them and they're fucking cool.
You are doubling down on this racist.
You're
post.
doubling down.
I honestly don't know.
90% sure.
Are you?
Rin, if I'm wrong, put a curse on me right now.
Well, don't ask for the curse.
Mm.
That's gonna go over to me.
It transfers to the person that you're dating.
She's a Taurus, if that matters.
I knew that.
I knew that. I know she drives a Taurus. Ford Focus. Anyway, so tonight's game is the thing we're doing. Rin, are you Filipino? Now I can't move on until we find out.
I know, we need to find out.
really
Rin,
hope so.
Rin.
So racist otherwise.
No.
Rin.
Oh, he made a crepe cake. That's cute. I mean, it's just a pile of
Crepe
crepes,
cake.
but
Yeah, but there's shit in between them. Like,
then you're good.
like jam and Filipina.
50%.
Yeah, that's
What's
fine.
the other percent?
I don't know.
So
I
you're
forget.
half racist.
You're only half racist.
Shut up.
You're one. That totally will curse you.
See?
No, that's not a good thing.
She has curse powers.
That we don't want the curse.
I always thought it was interesting. So, like the country, the Philippines, is PH, but if someone is Filipino or Filipina, it's with an F.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
The thing. Where's my cricket sound?
Words are funny like that. You think they're gonna zig and then they zag on you.
Funny
See, now it
fact,
sounds like
zig-zag.
it sounds like you're doing the crickets for Joe now, which isn't fair.
I know. Oh yes,
just a
she's
little
Filipino
delayed.
Irish with some Chinese, Spanish, Cherokee mixed. Wow. And the lady who cursed us originally died, but my aunt has been paying a new witch to keep it going.
That bitch. Can we curse your aunt?
Yeah, let's do it right now. on stream.
That's amazing.
No.
Oh
is
my
so
god,
cool.
It's
Justin,
good, but
it's
terrible.
way cooler.
Yeah, it gets really cool.
When we met Rin, she gave us the whole lowdown about this curse that's been
Yeah.
following her family, and it's pretty fucking whack.
Yeah, it's
so
really cool.
I want to learn more
Wow.
about curses and monsters, and
Me too.
and
but
juju.
Don't fuck with that stuff.
I'm not gonna, but
Well,
I kind of want to,
Don't fuck.
but I won't. But I want.
See, that's the kind of shit that I'm like. That's like Pascal's wager shit, where it's like that doesn't exist because I don't believe in it. But just in case, let's not.
What's Pascal's thingy?
It's better to believe and be wrong than to not and be right, or whatever. It's like better to say yeah, there's real shit, and then find out that you're wrong, than it is to be like nope, and then die and be like, oh, hell sucks.
But then we would all have to be Christians or like believe in some
No,
higher
you
power.
only have to do it on your deathbed.
Oh. See, it's fun that they have little clauses like that.
They
where you
do.
can-
They got Santa. They got
Little claws?
Popogijo. Anyway,
How do you think he gets down that chimney? Santa's actually just this
he's just a
big.
little guy. He's just a little cutie. Oh shit! I ate Santa. I think we're ready to do this. What if Santa was like those chocolates you unwrap that have the like picture of Santa on the wrapping, but really it's just a big blob of messed up chocolate, and he's like, yeah.
Why do you think he's so beardy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The beard. He's 90% beard
And 10% chocolate.
and 10% chocolate. God, I want to meet this guy and just lick him.
It's just
First time I
hairy
said that.
chocolate.
It's not the first time I said that today.
There's bones in the chocolate.
Bones in the chocolate. I could go for a really good horror movie, and I haven't seen one in forever.
We just watched one.
But it wasn't really a horror movie. Were you actually scared at any point?
You saw me jump. Anyway, this isn't anything. I don't know what we're doing right now.
We're playing a game. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are going to jump into our fish. Jacob Toll sent a small cloud of dust up his bicycle as he skidded to a stop out front of the old house on Neary. The pale white light of the moon cast his hard shadow against the light brown of the well-worn earthen driveway that ran towards the Neary Lane house. And as Jacob got off his bike, he pulled a flashlight. Felt a chill run up his spine despite the summer heat. The house wasn't exactly abandoned. In fact, none of the kids of Furno, Florida, including his supposed friends, knew why it sat unused. All they knew was that the large, rusted chain-link fence that was put around the entire building meant stay. That wasn't going to stop Jacob. There had been enough time wasted, and his chicken shit friends, who didn't want to come, didn't deter him. He would have to do it himself. He'd finally find out what that noise was. Jacob walked up to the fence and started. With a small thump, he landed on the other side, catching himself just before he fell. Breath and shone his flashlight over the large front of the two-story. It's far off, from relatively speaking. The long, lone laneway that ran past the swamp's edge and the palm trees meant that it was mostly out of sight and out of mind to the kids of Furno. Not to Jacob. Passed by it on the way to Mark Sanchez's 13th birthday at Wildwater Kingdom. He'd been sure something inside it. There were enough weird things to last a lifetime in the town of enough to justify Jacob's curiosity. Approached this evening. He was sure than ever that there was something mysterious. Something that needed to be found. Something that he would. It's a bright Saturday morning as you each sit next to your parents at church. Shauna, who are we looking at?
Shauna's a gangly 12-year-old. She's got blonde hair pulled back into a scraggly ponytail, a lot of freckles across her nose, and she's blowing a big wad of bubblegum.
With a loud pop, it echoes as Father Michael McGinty is taking a breath from his sermon, and his eyes shoot up towards you and your mom. Mom, Dad, who's sitting next to you?
Yeah, my mom and dad are there, and my little brother, Tony. My mom sort of casts a sharp glance at me, and she says, Shauna Louise. Whatever, Mom.
Louise?
Shauna Louise, yeah.
Oh, so she calls you...
When I'm being bad.
Which is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a bit of a bad girl.
Well, a bad little kid. She's in a rebellious stage right now.
Okay. And she nudges you, and Father Michael McGillicuddy, sorry, not McGivney, Father Michael McGillicuddy sort of clears his throat and looks back down at the pages as the boys kind of fill in from either sides of the church, and they're all wearing these white robes and holding these candles, and they all start singing this like, oh, and everyone goes to rise. Does Shauna stand?
Yeah, Shauna stands, and as she does, her mother elbows her and holds her hand out, and wordlessly, Shauna just spits a big hunk of pink bubblegum into her mom's hand.
Ho, ho, ho. And on the other side of the aisle, we see Donnie. Donnie, what do you look like, and who do you sit next to?
Well, Donnie is a pimply, pale skin, red-haired boy, curly hair, and with glasses. And as everyone else stands around him, he's kind of been just daydreaming. He's got this distant gaze as he's lost in one of his fantasies. And his father gently nudges him with his foot, and he looks up and stands beside his father. His father is wearing a wrinkled suit, but basically looks like an older version of Donnie. And they try to sing along, but Donnie doesn't really know the words all that well.
And as you sort of mouth and nod and kind of like, oh, yeah, you look around for your friend Jacob. Jacob is sort of the third person in this trio. The three of you are sort of the runts of the litter, some would call you in elementary school. You banded together over similar interests in role-playing games. Why not?
Hey.
And you sort of catch each other's eye from across the aisle, looking towards where Jacob and his parents usually sit, to find it empty. A pretty rare sight for the small town of Furno, Florida, to not have Jacob and his two parents sitting there. And you sort of silently share a gaze between you that says what?
It says, where the heck is Jacob?
Donnie shrugs.
And Donnie, I get the impression that you are the more timid of the two of you.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I spend a lot of time in my head, in my bedroom, drawing, coming up with new stories to, for role-playing games that we're playing. I'm the dungeon master because I like coming up with the worlds.
And I see Shauna as like the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sword and board. I just want to bash as many goblins as I can before the recess bell rings. And maybe if I have a little bit of spare time, I can shake a shopkeeper down for some coin.
Amazing. And as the song, or whatever they're called, ends...
It's a hymn.
Yeah.
Church song.
Hey, or her. I don't want to be sexist here. Father Michael McGillicuddy sounds out. And the Lord said, taketh thee from thine slumber, and treateth thee like thine little baby. For thine baby is breasted, and thine shoulders sore, and thine tummy rumbly, and thine shoulders also rumbly. Here endeth the lesson. And there's sort of like a, as everyone sort of stands up and goes to
and as everyone's kind of shuffling away, I kind of mumble to my dad, I miss the old pastor. I don't like this new one's accent.
Hey, I think he's from overseas, son. Let's just try to be nice. Oh, hi. And you see your father, the single man that he is, sort of stand up and walk over to a woman that you kind of just catch the back of. Her blonde hair sort of seems reminiscent, but as you do, you see Shauna creeping across the aisle, who's crept away from her parents, and you turn to see Shauna sitting next to you as everyone's sort of up and about, causing commotion to leave the church.
What the frig, Donnie?
What? What did I do?
Nothing. I just figured that you'd know where Jacob was. You kind of keep track of each other.
He didn't talk to me. He didn't say a thing. I figured he would be here. Wait, are his parents here?
No, his parents aren't here either. And as you're sort of sharing a look, you're both a bit nervous to admit where you might have failed your friend. Over the past few days, he's been obsessing about the house on Neary Lane, talking about something in the basement. You guys went there not too long ago. And you got a call, both. It's 2019 and your kids. I don't know if technology...
Is it 2019? Yeah. Oh, sick. Oh, okay. That changes things.
Yeah, so you got like a old text message, I guess, from him being like, guys, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. But neither of you really answered because why? Why didn't you answer, Shauna?
Cause, I got stuff to do. I found a stack of old magazines in the basement of my house, in an old box. They're like my mom's old collection of YM and 17 and stuff, and I brought them up to my room, and I sat with a flashlight, and I was just like checking out the weird shit that they were into, all the weird fashions, and my mom had circled some of the answers and like the quizzes at the back of the book, and I was just like, what even are these? So Shauna was really caught up in a stack of old magazines. She just didn't even answer.
What about you, Donnie? Why didn't you want to answer Jacob's message?
Well, my dad had just taken me out for pizza, and on the way back, he said that because I did all of my chores this week, that he'd buy me a treat. And so I bought some Pokemon cards because I am planning out a new module for our role playing game that we're playing, and I'm hesitant to say anything to Jacob or Shauna, but I think I figured out a way to include like capturing Pokemon into our game or something like them. Not exactly Pokemon.
So as you're thinking about this, it sort of dawns on the two of you that you kind of left Jacob by the wayside last night, and the memory of that last text message to your group message washes over you. Shauna, you turn to your parents and Tony, who are speaking with another couple, and Donnie, your dad, is sort of down the aisle speaking to the woman, and people are starting to move out, but you have a moment to sort of just talk.
It's probably at his grandma's house, right?
Well, I don't know. You don't think he went to the house, do you?
No, he's too chicken. No.
I don't know.
Jacob wouldn't have gone without us.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I feel bad for not responding to him. What if he did go and then something bad happened to him? He got stuck or fell down a hole?
Well, it'd be his own stupid fault, wouldn't it?
Would be what?
Yeah, but what if he's hurt?
Stupid fault. A voice sounds from behind you, and you turn to see Father Michael McGillicuddy. He's an older man, very gaunt, thin face, a sort of well-combed top of hair and a thin mustache, small rounded glasses that sit near the end of his nose. And he sort of has this, you get this air of almost like innocence combined with ignorance, combined with sort of well-meaning befuddledness from him. And he walks up to you and says, Shauna, Donnie, I noticed that you were quite enjoying my sermon. And he looks towards you, Shauna.
Shauna rolls her eyes and goes,
No, that's not very funny at all. Do I need to get your parents involved? And he looks over to the side where your parents are sort of like conversing, and he starts like snapping at them. And your mom sort of catches the eye and rolls it and walks over. I'm so sorry, Father, about Shauna. She will not make a noise next Saturday. Well, actually, it's not so much about that. I wanted to talk to these two rapscallions about something else, in fact. Shauna, Donnie, do you have something to tell me?
I share a look with Shauna. Confused.
Didn't want to do this. I'm very sorry, but one of these two, perhaps Jacob, peed in the holy water. And I want to know who, and I want to know right now. And there's a few people, like a few rows back, that sort of turn and like awkwardly walk out. And he's getting a little bit flustered, and your mom is sort of like stifling a bit of a smile and like, oh God, that's terrible. Shauna.
I swear, Mom, that wasn't me. And if it was, I would totally own up to it because that is hilarious.
It is not hilarious. It is not hilarious, Shauna. And Donnie, what do you have to say for yourself?
Mr. I didn't, sir.
Well,
McGonagall?
now listen, I know for a fact. No, it's McGillicuddy, and I know for a fact that it was one of you two or your little friend Jacob. Where is he, by the way?
Why would we pee in the holy?
What proof do you have?
There was at least two of the clergymen who saw you hanging around outside last service on the weekend, and I think that it was you. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Legault. How do you say your last name?
It's Legault.
I'm okay now. Please. And she's like, it's Legault. Shauna, can you please respect the man? Did you pee or did you not pee in the holy water?
No.
Donnie, did you pee in the holy water?
No.
Father, I mean, if they're not going to admit it, I think perhaps a little bit of... Can I speak to you for a second, please? Yeah, okay. And the two of them sort of step aside for a second, leaving the two of you in the pew for a second.
What the frick, Donnie?
I didn't pee. I didn't do it. Why would I do that?
No, but... What
issues with holy water.
What stinking little jerk around here got to it before we did?
And as you're talking, Donnie, your father walks up. What's your father's name?
Harold Langley.
Harold Langley. And he says, "Oh, hi, Shauna. Donnie, how are you guys doing?"
Hi, Mr.
Someone
Langley.
peed in the holy water, and Mr. Gallagher, the priest said that it was us. He accused us.
Someone peed in the holy water. And your mom and the priest sort of turn around and walk. Well, yes, as a matter of fact, and I just want you to know that I believe that your son or Mrs. Legault's daughter or that Jacob Toll, either all three of them or one of them, with the other two's help, peed in the holy water. And I listen, I've just been speaking with Miss Legault, and I want to offer some community service as a way for these young rapscallions to work off their debt.
Mom!
What?
Now listen, honey, it's fine. Oh, well, I mean, I agree. I think that's going to be a good lesson for you guys. I mean, ultimately, a little bit of community service isn't going to hurt that much, Donnie.
This is outrageous!
And as he's speaking, the woman that he actually stood up and walked away to sort of presses in, and she puts her arms around your father in sort of a slightly romantic way, you see, Donnie. And the woman who sort of presses around the corner is this older woman that you recognize instantly as Miss Nevin. Miss Nevin was your teacher and went on vacation over the summer, and obviously has just come back. And she pops in, someone that you both relatively liked, and sort of with a warm smile, she looks at you and says, "Hi, Donnie," and nods to you, Shauna, and says, "Oh, Harold, I'm sure that's a bit strict. I don't believe Donnie would have done something like this, or Shauna." And she sort of comes to your defense, and Miss Legault sort of looks, and everyone converges back to looking at Father Michael McGillicuddy as the two of you are standing there protesting. Well, at least let me speak with them in private and see if I can get the truth. And the parents sort of converge and nod, and they say, "Fair enough, we'll meet you. Well, you kids rode your bikes here, you can take them home." And Donnie, your dad, sort of starts heading towards the front door and scruffs your hair a little bit and leans down next to you and says, "Look, kid, worst case scenario, it's a little bit of community service. I know you didn't do it
for a crime I didn't. I've been wrongfully accused. What do they have, DNA evidence or something? That's completely irrational."
Yeah, but hey, maybe getting you out of the basement and those little Dragons and Dungeons games might be good for you. And he stands up and walks.
Dungeons and Dragons, Dad. Dungeons.
That's what I said. And he walks out, and Miss Legault says, "Shauna, honestly, I don't believe you. But hey, if you can talk your way out of this one with the priest, all the better for you." And she goes to grab your father and your little brother, and the three of them start walking, and as your brother sort of sticks his tongue out. And they head towards the front door. Only Miss Nevin hangs back for a second and says, "Do you want me to try to talk to the father for you guys, or you have this covered?"
Whatever.
No.
He already.
Well-
No, it's
We'll figure it out.
it's not fair.
It's not fair. Where did you go, Miss Nevin?
Oh, I was on vacation, and you can tell she's like kind of eager to please you a little bit, and she's kind of like, and Donnie, I don't really know how to say this. Sorry, Shauna. Your father and I want to tell you something. We're gonna go out for lunch today, and we'd like to bring you with us. But I'll have your father text you. I don't want to keep you.
Are you dating?
And she goes beet red. We've been on a few dates, yes. And she looks coyly over her shoulder at your father, who's standing in the front of the church. I guess you could say we're dating, yeah. Is that okay?
I guess so.
Okay, well, we'll catch up over lunch. And she sort of skip hops to the front door in sort of a youthful gaunt that is a little bit younger her years, but it's sort of adorable to see her. And you turn back to Father Michael McGillicuddy, who still sort of has this air of just sort of foolish, faux importance. And he sort of says, well, let's speak in the back room at the very least, and we can sort this out. And he turns like tight on his heels and walks to the end of the pew and turns around and heads to the small little room that you know to be his office.
It smells in here.
Bullshit. Dragging her
Shouldn't swear
feet
in
the whole
church.
way. Whatever. Bullshit.
You enter the small office and he points to like the little bench next to the door and says, Please sit.
Shauna slowly, very slowly, humorously slowly sits down and then pulls a piece of gum out of her pocket and very slowly starts unwrapping the gum.
And meanwhile, Father Michael McGillicuddy's like looking at a piece of paper, but like you can see in the reflection of the window behind him, there's like nothing on it. He's just like, just working on the sermon for next Saturday. These things take a long time.
Are we like Church of Latter-day Saints or?
You're Saturday churchgoers. I don't know what that means, but that's what you are.
Oh, the Seventh-day Adventists. That's
the
what
one.
it is. So
With a bit of Catholic
cult.
mixed in for some reason.
Great.
And he's like, yes. I think this one's going to be about responsibility and not peeing in things. Do you know how expensive that holy water is? I have to fly it in. Because not anyone can just bless water. I don't have that ability. I mean, I could try, but I don't think it would be the same thing.
I'm just staring at him with totally blank eyes.
And he's like intimidated a bit. You know, like he's very uncomfortable talking to kids. You can tell. And he's like, listen, I want to be your friend. I think we can work together. And I don't necessarily blame you. I get it. And he stands up and walks around the desk, like awkwardly, like pushing a paper off it. I was a kid once too. I remember my fair share of skipping stones when I should have been studying. And I think we can come to an understanding, a bit of a mutual friendship of sorts, something that will let us feel. And his hand sort of squeaks across the desk as he sort of leans on a piece of paper that was a bit too loose. Something that feels a bit more fair. Talk to me.
What do you want? We told you the truth. It didn't get us anywhere. Now we're here. Seems like there's nothing we can do to get out of this besides doing your stupid community service. So
No,
I mean,
no,
your community service. So
no. I do not think that at all. In fact, I know that it most likely was only one of you who peed in the holy water. So, if
It's
between the two of you, one person wanted to come forward and admit their childish folly, maybe then we could spare the other the
Listen, Father,
Yeah.
it wasn't Donnie. It wasn't me. If you said for some reason it has to be Jacob, then obviously it's Jacob. It wasn't the two of us. Okay?
Give me a charisma roll.
Ooh.
Finally, we roll.
I have a 3 in charisma, and it says I'm a good liar, but I'm not lying.
That's true.
So I'm gonna roll 1 dice, basically,
You know what? I'll
right?
give you a bonus anyway because you're trying to lie, sort of in a way.
I'm not really.
Okay. Well,
I rolled it just underneath.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he buys it. He's like, well, if it was Jacob, I suppose that there's not much we can do. And you're telling me that there isn't any reason that you two would be. And as he's talking, there's a knock on the door. I would knock, but Louis would lose his mind. And he says, "Oh, there's a private session in meeting right now. Can you please wait?" And he says, "Hold on one second." And he walks over to the door and opens it. And he says, hello." And he steps back and reveals the deputy, Deputy Portman. And he says, "I'm sorry to bother you, Father Michael McGillicuddy. I'm just wanted to stop by and see if I could ask you and the... Oh, they're in here. I ran into their parents in the parking lot, and I had a few questions for Donnie and Shauna. I was wondering if I could speak to them." And the father's a bit taken aback, and he sort of steps back from the door and sort of waves him in. The deputy is a thin, older man. He's sort of got a dead gaze in his eyes. He's got a thin face and a large nose, sort of a crew-cut hair, and he wears a large, wide-brim hat, which doesn't really suit the Florida heat necessarily. But for whatever reason, he is the deputy, and he sort of has this yokel look to him. And Deputy Portman sort of walks in, and the deputy who just arrived walks in and sort of leans on the desk much more confidently than the father and says, "Morning, kids. My name is Deputy Portman. I don't know if we've had the pleasure of meeting before. Have either of you met me before?"
Hi, deputy. Yeah, we've met.
"Oh, you're that Legault girl, is that right?"
Yes, sir.
You came into the school and gave a talk in front of our class and
No.
in the gymnasium.
"Now that's right. And you must be Donnie."
Yeah.
"That's right, Donnie. Let me see if I can..." And he reaches in his pocket for a second. "I don't have any bubble gum, but that's right. I would have come in and I would have spoken to your school there. And what I'd like to talk to you two about is I have a question. Now, I was out there talking to your parents, and they said that you're friends with a Jacob Toll. Is that true? Are you friends with a Jacob Toll?"
Yes, sir.
"That's right. That's good. Now, this is a good thing to say there. Because, see, now, how can I say this? People sometimes,
What's happening?
when they go to bed, sometimes they don't. And because they're not there. And when they're not there, it's because they're
Go on.
missing."
Sheriff, are you saying that Jacob's missing?
Well, now that's the one. So when they're not where they're supposed to be, parents and mommies and daddies like you have, they get worried. And they call me to come out and see if I can find them. So what I'm trying to say is that your little friend Jacob, and he might not be dead, but he's missing.
What?
Sorry.
What?
No, sorry.
He
No,
might be dead?
Hold on. Let me take a step. Let me take a tippy toe. What I mean to say is,
Am I under arrest?
well, no, but your friend Jacob is he's not around. He didn't go to Little Beds last night. So I wanted to ask you two, because you're running around with him, if you know maybe where your friend Jacob Toll might be, because his mommy and daddy are very nervous to find his to see him. So do you know where Jacob Toll might be?
No, sir.
Would bubblegum change your mind?
I'm chewing bubblegum right now.
Well, now little girls shouldn't chew bubblegum. Well, okay. Now listen, I'm working with yous. Father, do you mind? Now, kids, ultimately this would be a great opportunity to help clear your names and to the girl's a troublemaker. I think she pissed in the holy water. Oh. Kids, all we want to do is find your little friend. Could you maybe think in your little noggins up there with Spidey Man and your Pixar movies and think about where he might have been on this Saturday morning or Friday night?
Well, Sheriff, I can't rightly say, but once I clear out all of the notions of Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and Pixar, and if I can think of anything once I forget about a recess, then maybe I'll call and let you know.
Okay. And what about you there, Donnie? Do you know where maybe your friend ought to be?
Oh. And I share a nervous look with Shauna.
Give me a charisma roll to see if you can hide it. Just a straight up and down.
Oh, wow.
You can do it,
This
Donnie.
is going to go well. I'm not very good at hiding emotions.
Is that your
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Is that your negative social feature?
You know what? Why don't we say that? Wait, bad liar. Shitty liar.
Mine is good liar.
So you guys are a
There
good
we
pair.
go. We complete each other.
I give you a sharp elbow in the ribs. Donnie!
Oh, ow! No, I feel.
And he picks up immediately, and he sort of he goes to wheel the chair closer, but he's sitting on the edge of the desk, so he just drags it. Donnie, I understand that I might be impressive, and his sweat-stained shirt is reeking.
He's
and,
got
loose and
spinach between his
he's
teeth.
just so gross, and he's like, I understand that I might be intimidating a man of my stature, but I want you to think in that tiny little brain and let me know if there's any place that you might think your friend could be, because all we want to do is find him and bring him home safe and sound.
Got a booger in his nose that you can see just poking right out. Just a little booger.
And he sticks his finger in his ear while he's waiting, and it just makes this loud, icky, audible
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky sound.
I'm being upstaged by Louis, so he's got to move over to show Louis.
He's reclining.
Can you tell me, Donnie?
Maybe McDonald's.
Give me a lie roll. You should have rolled too. What am I saying? You actually you roll for your previous ones.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, because I forgot you lied.
Well, I'm a good liar.
I know, you can get bonus for it.
I succeed.
Okay, so you succeed.
Oh wait, I didn't throw it.
Wait, how did you know you succeeded?
I fail because I looked at my roll from last time. I failed.
You failed.
Mm-hmm.
So you both failed. He's like, Now listen here, kids. I understand, and you're both lying. And we need to find out because your little friend Jacob could be very hurt. He could have fallen down a little well. He could have fallen down a hilly hill and hurt his little knee. Or
There's a house. There's a house that Jacob had told us at one point that he wanted to go explore. And we didn't think it was a good idea. I think it is. What's the house called again? It's abandoned, right?
It's on Neary Lane. She pulls out her cell phone and shows him the text message.
Oh, the house on the... Oh, I think that is Mr. Omanai's house. He says to the father, and the father says, yeah. Yes. All right, well, we'll take a look-see-loo and see what we could find. Thank you, kids. And he stands up and he puts his hat on his head. And he gets up and begins heading towards the door. And the father sort of like looks towards and says, and now, for peeing.
Father, I'm sure you understand Donnie and I are both very upset right now because of Jacob's disappearance. And I think my parents would be very disappointed if you kept me from them because I'd like to be consoled by my mother.
Good call. Give me a charisma roll for it and then another one for the good lie.
Oh, I
lie.
succeeded.
Yeah.
I think we've learned our lesson.
And he like sort of takes it and runs with it. He's like, I suppose the true gift of God is
Thank you.
in understanding.
See you next week.
Okay, yes. And remember, thine shoulders are sore, thine tongue rumbly.
Creek slam.
Shoulders also rumbly. And he like continues talking as you continue walking away.
We gotta follow him, I say as soon as the door is closed.
Yeah,
We gotta follow the cop.
I don't trust that good-for-nothing sheriff.
Yeah, and you head outside and you see the cop getting in his cruiser. There's a secondary person in the side. Next to him, I should say, his partner. And they get in, and it's sweltering Florida heat. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day. The palm trees sway softly.
Nice warm day.
Nice warm day. And as you head outside, you see your bikes leaning up against the palm trees where you left them.
Hop
Come
on. Mine's red and it's got silver streamers coming off of the sides.
Yeah, and your bike.
Mine is one of those electric, like motorized helper bikes.
Nice. Did you rig it up yourself?
Hell yeah, I rigged it up myself. Yeah, it's like it uses a weed whacker motor. It's like kind of uneven, but I've got like some added weight on the other side to balance it out.
That's sick. It's like really an old fishbowl that you
bicycle.
strap to the other side.
Yeah.
And as you're following the police cruiser, it's gorgeous Florida day, bright and sunny. The wind changes here on a whim, so you always have sort of your raincoat stuffed in your knapsacks. But you're biking and you're following the cars. It's going towards Neary Lane, and maybe 10 minutes from it on bike, so only a short ride. You're trying to keep as fast as you can. It sort of quickly brakes and turns and pulls a U-turn on the road. Why don't you both give me a dexterity roll, so you can keep up with it?
Yeah, totally. I'm going to pull across my neighbor's lawn. Or the neighbor's lawn.
Yeah, so you do it.
But I fail. I skid in the wet grass.
I fail as well.
So yeah, you both sort of skid and lose
Not
sight
motocross.
lose sight of the car for a second.
Get hit by a car for a second.
No, you just fall. But it's still sort of in sight as it turns another corner. You can still make it. You got to cut across someone's house, though.
So we do.
This way, come on! Yeah, we do it.
Perfect. And as you do, you recognize it as Mr. Lane's house. And as you bike through his backyard, he kind of steps out with like a baseball bat, and he's like, "You kids, don't you get it?" And he starts yelling at you. And you have pissed off Mr. Lane. That just ruined. You just fucked it up.
Oh
Did
no.
we lose? Was that the point of this game?
That's
Don't piss off the neighbor.
That's it. He's gonna come back and bite you. You'll see.
Shauna flips in the bird.
Oh wow! Negative. He's the one guy who could have saved you. Okay, so you continue biking and you see that the car isn't going to the Neary Lane anymore. It's going to sort of the industrial area near the waterfront. And as it continues, it slows, and eventually it comes to a series of warehouses and stops near one of the vacant ones just near the entrance. And it's sort of like an airplane hangar. It's large and wide and almost empty.
We like skid to a stop beside a chain link fence that's like covered in some ivy and sort of like peering out around.
Yeah, give me a logic roll to see if you can see. To see what you can see.
I will do this. Oh yeah, I have to. I take my glasses off and I wipe the sweat and perspiration from them.
Nice.
Clear them up. Put
I
them
failed.
back on.
I'm not very logical.
And you failed. And what do you got, J-Man?
I succeed.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. So you get down on your belly on the wet grass and you start looking and you see the deputy and his partner get out of the car and they walk to the entrance of this large airplane hangar warehouse. And they approach a man who's pale. He's got long, greasy black hair and he stands only in the shadow of the building. And he walks out, and you can't exactly see what they're saying, but he's kind of like shaking his head, and he's like lifting his arms, and they talk for maybe a good 5 minutes. Are you guys going to try to get closer or anything like that, or just watch the scene unfold?
What is between us and the warehouse?
Tarmac. It's like wide open. It's like an airplane hangar.
Donnie, what are they saying?
I can't read their lips.
That's way too far.
That guy is creepy.
Yeah, he looks like a monster. What does he look like?
And he's. What does he look like?
Yeah, like
if I were to
in
guess.
your, like, yeah.
Pale skin, long greasy black hair, stays in the shadows. Kind of like a vampire, but I don't know. There's also greasy people like that who work at the diner.
And as you say,
they might be vampires.
Vampire, the organ flares, and the camera like zooms into you. A few minutes go by, and the deputy and his partner sort of nod. They walk out of the car, like smiling.
Oh,
what?
Well, I wanted to while they were talking. I don't know. So, are we like kind of up close to the edge of the warehouse?
I'm picturing this like there's a gate or like a fence into this large tarmac with like these like airplane hangars. So you're like far away from it. You can't.
Gotcha. We're behind
you have to
the
run
fence
across
as well.
open air. So you're lying down, and eventually the deputy and his partner sort of nod and they like smile and they get back in their car and they sit in it for about 2 minutes and then they turn around and they start driving away. You're kind of near a ditch too. Well, yeah, they're driving like through the gate that you are like right next to. So they leave, they turn around and they start driving out.
Should we go check it out? Or do we follow the sheriff?
We should check it out. We're already here.
Okay. Yeah, because where else are they going, right? They're just going to go to the lanes. Or to Mr. Omanai's house?
What if they go to Mr. Omanai's house now? Wait,
no, let's go check it out.
Why would they go here first?
Yeah, we got to go see what's in that big warehouse.
Well, hold on. It's like we told them about Jake and the house. And then instead of going straight to the house, they came here. They didn't go to the police station. That's
they are
weird,
the police.
Don't you think?
Yeah, whatever.
They are, but they should be reporting it, not to a warehouse.
They probably just use their
I say as I'm following Shauna, who's like walking ahead of me,
dragging her bike behind her.
Like when you think about it, think about it.
I picture Shauna wearing like a leather jacket. Is that true? Like kind of picture like a baggy leather jacket.
She's wearing her dad's old fucking beat up like crushed leather jacket and some cut off jean shorts and some trashy Converse sneakers.
Yeah.
And she's got like a big bandage on one knee.
That's exactly what I'm picturing. So yeah, you guys walk across the tarmac and you approach. You see the hangar is in a state of disrepair. It's got a large rusted roof, holes that sort of line the side of it. And then the large bay opening that you saw the deputy and his partner approach from. Are you going to the opening? Where are you going?
Is there a place that we can like climb up some boxes and look in the windows in the back?
Yeah.
We
Let's
do
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of skulk along the side of this building. Why don't you give me a logic roll, somebody?
I will do it.
Do, 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 do.
Oh fuck! That's the worst roll you can get. I failed.
Yeah, you hear voices.
I succeeded.
You do? Okay, so you hear a voice from inside. And you hear, it sounds like maybe a woman. And
Might be a woman.
yeah,
Might
Or
not
a
be.
really feminine man.
well,
Very feminine
It's
man
2019.
could be.
I don't want to make any calls, but you hear them say, "Vlad, Vlad," and then it sort of like fades off, and the conversation starts. And you keep sneaking along the side, and eventually you come to
Whoa!
some bomb.
Hold on.
I drew the airplane hanger man.
Lad?
He sort of looks like that. Yeah, but like more
Let's see.
like parted hair.
Like this. This is him.
Oh yeah. It looks like the crow.
Yep.
But like a little bit more, less messy.
No.
Like a little more together.
Oh, okay.
Like actually, the Discord did a picture of Tom Hiddleston, which is perfect. Can you see this from my computer?
Yeah.
That.
I also see it on my computer.
Well,
Okay.
and you see some boxes along the side of the.
Some boxes? What's in the boxes?
No, you wanted to. You wanted to.
I wanted to
climb up the
climb.
boxes.
Yeah, but what's in them also?
That is a great question.
It says nonsense.
It says
It says prop.
irrelevant prop.
Yeah, it's just like a box. It's like a, you know what it is? It is moving crates stacked like those pallets,
Pallets, yeah.
which is like
skids.
so. Yeah, you can picture them so easily there.
I'm gonna turn it into a climbing playground for my 2-year-old.
Anyway,
Sounds great. I start climbing them
Yeah, we climb them.
give me a dex roll.
alongside you. Doot, 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 doot.
Vlad. Who the shit is Vlad?
Wow, I failed again.
I
Help!
succeeded.
Help, Shauna.
I throw
Okay, so
an arm down.
You go up and Donnie starts climbing, but he falls. Give me a roll, Sean, to see if you catch him in time.
Donnie, god damn it. I fail.
Yeah, so he doesn't, and there's a loud clatter against the side. In fact, Donnie like falls against it, and it just like go like echoes the entire thing, and you hear the voices. Shh! Oh, who's that? And there's like a pause.
Shauna's first instinct is to make herself as small as possible.
So you're going for hide over run.
Yeah, she just like curls into a little ball on the very top of the pallets
Okay, give me
and
a-
skulks back into the shadow.
Give me a what would be hide? Vitality maybe?
Probably
Logic?
dexterity.
Probably dexterity still. Yeah, let's do a dexterity roll. And what are you doing, Donnie?
I kind of wince and roll over, groaning, and then I hear the voices stop, and I quickly look around for a place to hide, and then look up at Shauna.
I
then look
hard fail.
around.
You
So
hard fail. Okay, and Shauna like tries to get against the wall.
no, you know what happens? I pull the leather jacket up over my head, not real like to hide underneath, not realizing that the inside of it is like colored fabric. So it's just like a big red
Amazing.
like sheet.
I hard failed on my logic. On
Yes,
my,
God, we're a good
deeper height,
team.
Okay.
and my glasses broke in the fall.
Oh no. Okay, so you bend down and you're looking for your glasses, and as I said, this is a large rusted.
Yeah.
Well, you're broken pieces. Were you like picking them up, right? And you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
And like as you hold them, as I said, this is like a large rusted building. There's like large holes in it. And as you lift them up, there's a voice just on the other side of the thin wall that goes, "What are you doing here?" And you like spin around, and you can only see the black eyes of the man that you heard before, and he's standing like on the cusp of where the light touches inside, and he says, "You kids, this is a dangerous place to be."
We were exploring. Actually, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't even say anything. I'm too scared. I'm just working on holding my bladder.
And he says, "What is your name, young boy?"
We're
Are you climbing down next to him?
yeah, climbing down. We're gonna go. We're just vandalizing Don't tell on us.
And the eyes like move towards you, Shauna, a little bit, and he says, "And what is your name?"
Sarah.
Pleasure to meet you, Sarah. Can I shake your hand?
No. Nope. We're just leaving right now. Oh, I hear my mom calling. Mom, I'm just down here by this big garage. I'll be right back, Mom.
And he says, "Be careful out there, children. There are many things in the darkness from which to be afraid."
Thank you. Okay, good.
And his, like-
Yep. She's just like grabbing Donnie.
His face like fades
Oh.
as a shadow as you guys are like staying there. You like clamber back towards the edge.
Yeah, Donnie is completely pale, shaking, sweating. His hair is stuck to his forehead.
Perfect. Yeah. And the two of you, like, are you heading back to your bikes or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you like run back to your bikes and peel off, like sending up clouds of dust behind you. And when there's like enough space from the actual place, you skid to the stop to catch your breath and talk. And we're going to pause there for a mid-game post.
Whoa!
Ladies and
Mid-game.
gentlemen, it's the mid-game post. This is the time where we stop the action. We jump to you, the Discord group, and we ask you a question about tonight's game. First and foremost, I hope everyone's having fun. Is everyone having fun so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the question.
Though I'm not really happy with our rolls so far. Look at
Nope.
like I've gotten 3 or 4 6s so far, a 5. I've failed most of my rolls.
That means
Succeeded
you're
once.
only going to get better.
We're just dumb shit little kids. That's all.
Dumb little kids.
That's right.
So the question for tonight is, and we're going back to the old mid-game post rules where we would post in the Discord chat, and you guys have an answer to or option to answer the question, and whoever gets it right, we roll, and you get XP. So tonight the question is, at the beginning opening monologue, they found the house at Neary Lane when they passed by it on the way to someone's birthday party. What was the name, first and last, or first or last? I'm not being picky here. Of that person.
I have no idea.
We'll see how many people were listening at the beginning.
I was listening. I just wasn't writing down verbatim every word that you say.
I don't know. It's the only other name that I've said.
You've said so many names.
No,
like, what's the
I
name
mean-
of the town?
Is the only
There have
other
been a
kid's-
ton of names.
Is the only other kid's name besides Jacob.
Oh.
There's only
That's hard. All right. That's hard.
cunt.
That is cunting hard.
There's only 4 kids mentioned in the entirety of the game so far. You two, Jacob, and then this kid. So I kinda
My
thought-
brother, Tony.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but I didn't mention him.
Tony.
No. Yeah, he's a
Tony
bit dull.
Robbins.
He's not.
Tony.
Well, is that too hard? Okay, let's change it then.
No, that's great.
well,
Did
no
anyone
one-
get it?
No.
Someone will get it. Is
Well,
Rin
it's-
watching? She
Yeah, she
knows.
is.
Actually, someone did mention the
I
first
can't
name by
see
accident.
without my glasses.
That's great.
I do want to say also that if you have XP, you can spend it in tonight's game from this point onward. If you want to spend XP to give these guys a...
Pat on the back.
No, I want it to be good enough that it makes worthwhile, but I don't want it to be so good that it's like an auto succeed.
An extra,
I'm going to say an
extra
XP...
dice?
No, because I think extra dice isn't as beneficial. Well, you can tell me what you guys think is better between Justin and Joe. Would you guys prefer an XP for an extra die or an XP to lower the difficulty rating of your target number? Meaning that if you need a 3 or higher, or 3 or lower to get it, an XP would lower it to 4 or higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Raise-
make it
That
easier.
sounds a bit
To
better.
raise
right?
our skill by 1.
Exactly, raise your
I like
skill
that.
by 1. I think that's more.
Can you use it after the fact?
Yeah, let's say why not?
Okay,
I mean, I don't want it
sweet.
to
So you
be-
can get like 1 under and then like kind of push it and then it
Exactly.
succeeds.
So
with
for the
XP.
people at home, you can spend XP to give these guys a skill boost, which means all of them have skills that they're trying to roll under, i.e. when they were trying to hide, Justin's hide might be 2, which means he needs a 1 or a 2 to succeed. If you give him an XP, it will raise it to 3 or under, which gives him a much higher chance at succeeding. So anyone who wants to give XP, you can do that. And that's what we'll do. No one is getting this question, so let's change it. It was Mark Sanchez, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
I'm going to say, what's the name of the town? That seems better.
It is. I know that one.
Yeah. Okay. So the new question is, What's the name of the town?
Mark Sanchez was a dickwad anyway.
He was fine.
Who knows, really?
What's the name of the town is the question of the day.
I like that Louis gets to be part of your background now, too.
Yeah, he's happy there.
Yeah, he is. He likes that coach so much.
He likes me so much.
He does.
I know.
Do you want another soda?
No, is there any more of this?
No. We both finished it. How is everyone?
Water up here.
Why don't you get some water? How's everyone on the Discord? We got so many cool people here. We got the Collins, Colin 1 and Colin 2, Colin B and other Colin B. We got Carly. Hi, Carly. We got Le Chip Beef and Lauren Klein. We have Michael and Brianna, King and Queen of the Discord. We've got Zia. Hi, Zia. How are you? Who else are we working with tonight? Doop 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 doop. John motherfucking Reagan. Wolfenlock? Are you new, Wolfenlock?
No, actually, funny story. So Wolfenlock was here in the way old days. He was one of our first. And then he went away for a long time. I don't know where. I don't know why. And he came back last week.
Don't know why.
This is how old he was. He goes, "Is Michael still part of the stream? And who's Joe?" Like that's how old. That's when he left.
Oh man, I've been around for almost 2 years here with us.
Yeah.
Which would make the Invictus stream about 5 years old.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to You're gonna go to grade 1 next year.
Yeah, we get to go to grade 1. And we have like a couple million subscribers, so it was totally on par.
Yeah, we've almost got 5,000 on YouTube's. That's pretty cool, right?
Very cool.
We got Jeff M. Congratulations on the XP, Jeff.
Okay, so we only got one correct answer, and it goes to Colin Burkhart. So this is the easiest.
Woo!
Colin Burkhart, you win.
Congratulations, Colin.
Colin Burkhart wins.
Mid-game post.
You deserve it. You won it, and you got it now, and no one can take that away from you.
You live it.
You got the MGP.
And I'm proud of you. You know what? Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you. I'm liking this game. I'm liking being a kid.
I love being a kid.
Yeah, man.
It feels great.
It is nice, and I like being a kid when it's not really like pretense of the heavy grim.
Yeah, just this somewhat heavy. My friend is missing, and we just met a vampire named Vlad.
Yeah, his name's Vlad.
Hey, look, it's a picture of.
Oh my god.
What is she drawing? She looks like she's a pen.
Yeah, what's Brianna doing?
What are you drawing, Brianna? Brianna. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to mention that we are going to Gen Con this year. If you are planning on coming to Gen Con or you're in the Indianapolis area, please stop by. We are going to have a great old time. We are running games, and we are doing a bar night on Saturday. So, you know.
Justin's going to be there. Harlan's going to be there. Rob is probably going to be there.
Rob's definitely
He is Invictus adjacent.
He is Invictus adjacent, totally.
You guys want to buy me shots? I accept.
Oh my god, who's buying me shots? Oh,
Let's
I thought
do
you
it.
read something. I was like,
No.
buy me shots.
I mean,
Buy all of us shots.
we should play a drinking game when we get together with everyone.
Yeah, that's a great idea for an 8-hour drive back to.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna.
Why not?
Shots,
We're young.
shots,
We'll recover.
shots. You're young.
Everybody. I'm just a wee baby.
You're still gonna be friggin' 29 then.
Yep. I'm gonna
Not-
be 29.
Not quite.
So you
Not
can't,
quite a lady.
So you can't do super drinking.
Not quite.
You're not old enough for.
I can.
You can't rent ultra porn.
Oh,
Remember
really?
that from Futurama when he's like, he goes under 100, Farnsworth. He's like, I can't get ultra porn anymore. You have to be a certain age.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I really, really like Futurama.
It's a great show.
It was one of my all-time favorites.
Actually, that might be my response for Marvin Tanner's.
Was thinking the same
To do
thing.
maybe the last season of Futurama is really good.
It is really good, actually, and it has such a sad ending.
I know.
I'd love
but
to do a
I
rewatch
like
of that.
a sad show. I like a good ugly cry.
I like a
Me
bittersweet show.
And then
too.
Then a good ugly laugh.
I like a
It does the body good to let the healing waters flow.
Well, I was thinking of, I agree, and I was thinking, it's funny because I put a lot of introspection into Marvin Tanner's question because I was thinking of stuff that will, here's the logic. Marvin Tanner posted, like, Desert Island, what would you bring, RPG, book, movie, whatever. And my thinking was, okay, on a desert island, I am going to be so depressed. I was like, what's going to bring me out of that?
You don't even like the sun that much.
Fuck the sun. What the fuck has the sun ever done for us? Stupid life. But I was thinking, like, okay, like, a pump up song would be nice, but I'm not gonna want to listen to like Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of every day. But I was like, Claire de Lune is a song that's beautiful, well written, and I could listen to 1,000 times.
And I could get depressed every day.
No, because to me that's the opposite. Claire de Lune, despite it being peaceful and a bit mellow, it always makes me feel better. So I wanted things that would make me feel better. And oftentimes, I'm the kind of person that when I go down, I feel up. So Band of Brothers was another one I was thinking. It always makes me feel down, but up at the end, because I'm like, man, I'm so happy to be alive. So I was trying to think of things that made me appreciative of that feeling. That's also why I picked Lord of the Rings, because at the end, I'm always like, oh man, Frodo went through so much for that little ring.
And for your food, sand.
I went for chicken.
Yeah, I know. But I was going with the theme of I'm choosing bad things to make me feel good.
Oh, but I don't like sand. It's hard and it's coarse and it gets into everything. What's that from?
That's from your monologue that you...
It's Clone Wars, yeah. I don't like sand. It's hard and it's coarse. It gets into everything.
Fucking Anakin is the worst.
I remember that line. It's so bad.
Jim Carrey in Eternal
sand.
Sunshine is like, what's up with sand? It's just tiny little rocks.
That's a good movie.
Good too.
So that's another one of those sad movies that makes me feel pretty sad at the end.
Yeah, pretty sad.
Yeah, it's a bummer movie.
I love the scene where they're on the beach in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
There's a lot of good scenes.
so
Anyway,
many good ones.
let's do this. Henry might have Rosencrantz.
Rosenberg?
Rosalia,
Yeah.
Rosacea.
Rugburn.
No, what was it called?
Henry has rugburn. Rosalia.
Yeah, Roseola. Thinks.
Oh, damn it, I was close.
Thinks he has Roseola. I don't really
Yeah.
know. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, but that's that. Let's do this. Did you just bleep my Roseola?
No, I didn't. My printer did an unnecessary censor.
Yeah, Lauren, come and meet us. You won't be alone. You'll have the brood. I live in a city that only has sun for maybe a month of the year. We're inviting.
What?
We're inviting.
Yeah, we are. We're very approachable human beings. I mean, just like ask Michael and Brianna, ask John and Rin.
Ask Carly. Who
Ask
responded to
Carly.
you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Carly, were we not the most warm, attractive, humble? I was trying to add more things to and then add humble so it would be funnier, but I just realized I was
Beautiful, intelligent.
talented and sexually charged. And we kiss like this.
Nobody really says that. Nobody really says like, "Oh, I really enjoyed being around Harlan. He was very sexually charged."
Well,
Like,
no one in Europe.
like, no.
I
Well,
really
mean,
loved
like,
meeting him. It was so nice. He was constantly erect.
very sexually charged. I really enjoyed that. It was just a nice, like, oh yeah, very very warm, but also sexually charged.
Well, I have a sexual charge. It's
Come-
always gone.
Come see how tall we are.
It's positive.
Yeah, we're very
Positive.
and I'm pinchable. Wait, did she say pinchable or me
Punchable.
and misspelled it?
Vowels confuse and frustrate me.
Because you and I are right together. Hey, baby, are you a keyboard? Because I want to put you and I together.
What?
Right? Look at your keyboard. You and I. Ah,
Yup.
ah. That's a pretty cheesy, good pickup line I just picked up. I just made up.
Are you a
Do you-
keyboard? Because you and I are together. What?
Look,
Are you a
You and I
keyboard?
together.
Because QWERTY.
Are you a keyboard baby? Because I want to put you and I. Maybe not you or a keyboard. Okay.
You and I. Oh,
Is
see,
this bar a keyboard? Because I want to put you and I together. I don't know. There's something there.
yeah. I mean,
Are you
yeah.
QWERTY? Because
It
I
would
want to
be-
put you and I together.
Well, I was thinking a music keyboard that whole
Oh
time.
no!
It made no sense to me.
Okay, I gotcha.
Are you QWERTY? Because let's fuck. Does that work?
It works on me,
Okay.
but for different reasons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
any of you out?
we are going back to.
That's how Harlan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we return to Vampire Fish. The two of you catch your breath as you stand up bikes.
I need to get my backup pair of glasses because I can't see a thing. Oh wait, I brought them with me, and I go into the back of my bicycle and I open up the.
What else is in your bicycle?
My travel sack. Oh, pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
A collection
Why didn't
of
you
battle
use those
Pokemon
before?
cards. I didn't think of it. Okay, I didn't think of it.
Come on, Donnie. Sheesh.
What? We're dealing with vampires here. I'm sorry. Okay.
What do you mean vampires?
You're right.
Okay.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean vampires? Of course they're vampires. That guy's name was Vlad.
What does
He,
that
appeared
even mean?
through the Vlad?
Is he Chinese?
Slavic. He's from the Slavic Eastern Europe, Romania, Transylvania, huh? Maybe?
Pennsylvania?
No, not. No, here, hold these. And I
Wait.
give her the binoculars.
Give me those, nerd. She just starts
Do you want a
looking
sandwich?
around.
I've got half
You
a
see
peanut butter
trees
sandwich
and-
with your name on
A
it.
crocodile.
Yes, please.
There
Okay,
you go.
let's think, Donnie. So, okay.
Why do you think that he wanted to know our names so bad?
And why did the police come here when we told them that the place that Jacob was going was somewhere else?
That's exactly what I said earlier, and you brushed me off.
Well, sometimes, it takes things. It's okay. Takes things a while to sink in for me. We've talked about this,
That's
Donnie.
okay.
I don't want to get
How's
into
your
it again.
sandwich?
It's delicious.
Oh, good. I made it.
And she realizes
taking
that she's
the
been
crust
like
off.
chewing gum and peanut butter sandwich together, and she
Oh, I so remember doing
gets
that
it
as
out
a
a little
kid.
bit. Forgetting to
I know
say
that
it,
taste.
Yeah, I know that too.
Yep.
So you finish your sandwiches in the hot heat, and eventually you. I mean, how long are you waiting here?
Oh,
10
like
minutes.
an hour, 2
Oh.
hours.
10
Well,
minutes or
these
an
are
hour?
these are gourmet sandwiches.
All
But
right,
not too.
Everyone roll a. I'm just gonna roll a straight up and down. Let's say.
I was
Straight up and
joking.
down
I think
what?
10 minutes is good.
10 minutes, 1 to 2, you're fucked. Okay, so you are sitting here by the side of the road.
This is a great game. It's called.
You're
You guys
It's called.
Are-
You guys are fucked.
bad at rolling,
50-50 chance. You're
and
fucked.
your kids who are in big trouble.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, you're good. Keep going.
We go.
Where are you
Okay, so I've also got some Pokemon cards, some baseball cards, and some repair tools for my bicycle.
going? Okay.
And I kind of hold like a wrench,
Hmm.
kind of as a weapon for a bit, and then my glasses, my backup pair of glasses. Oh, so what should we do? You think we should go see where the police officers went? Maybe they went to the house.
We can go to the house. I think we can maybe stop by Jacob's house. Or we could go to school. I know it's a Saturday, apparently. I don't know. Wait. You're supposed to meet your dad for lunch.
It's only like 9:30.
We go to
Oh,
church
no,
really
like-
early.
We go to
That's
church
mostly
very
good.
early here.
We do. It's a 6 a.m. service.
Well, it's only been like half an hour.
Well, it's a 3-hour service.
No, it started at 8:08 and it went to 9. It's 9:30 now.
Very
8
strict,
to 9.
strange church. Okay.
What?
It is.
In
It is
my
a
mind,
strange
it
church.
is.
Whatever. I don't know.
But it's a small
churches,
town.
okay?
But there's the morning service, and then
Be
there's
happy I'm
the
being representative of good.
My parents go to both services.
I still think it's crazy that someone peed in the holy water. If it is vampires would be ones to pee in holy water.
Jacob, that's brilliant. I mean, Donnie. I'm sorry. Donnie, that's
We
brilliant.
should go to the house. We should look for Jacob. You're right.
Yeah, let's go to Jacob's house.
Okay.
We bike there as fast as possible.
To Jacob's house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking to the old Oldmans.
We go
The
to
old
Gary
Oldman's
Mr. Almanai's house.
Almanacs.
Okay. It's pronounced Omni.
Oh. Omni.
Oameni. And
go to
okay, so you start biking off again. The hot mornings early afternoon sun is starting to reach its apex around 10 o'clock when you arrive, or at least arrive on Neary Lane. Florida weather is as unpredictable as it comes. Hurricanes can come down in a matter of hours. High gust winds can be picking up refuse and dust, and people love drugs. And as you're biking down the lane, palm trees are blowing wildly as it starts to get a little bit darker overhead. Neary Lane is a long stretch of dirt road that is the easiest way to get to Wildwater Kingdom from your combined houses. It's kind of a shortcut of sorts, but it still lies pretty far off the beaten path and near the swamplands. It's good spots for catching fish and sometimes turtles, and more often than not, you'll spot a gator or two. And as you guys bike down the dirt path, you're reminded of the time you came down here with Jacob. And for the first time, you feel a bit guilty, realizing that Jacob's missing. As you begin to arrive at the rusted chain link fence that surrounds the Neary Lane household.
Do we see any cop cars?
No, you do not.
So,
It's been about half an hour, mind you, so.
Shauna hops off her bike and kicks the kickstand. This is so weird, Donnie.
You'd think that there'd be
there should be
police
cops
cars.
all over the place.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
I don't know. Maybe they came here and they didn't find anything.
Well, we're gonna. Come on.
Yeah.
And Shauna walks through the thick undergrowth toward the chain link fence that surrounds the property. Is there any way I can climb over it or through it?
Yeah.
Good.
Shauna's a badass. But as you pop through the foliage, you see the house on the other side through the rusted chain link fence. It's a 2-story house. Looks sort of like a very small plantation house of sorts. Like it's a small, modest house, but it was built in a similar era. It has a wraparound porch and a creaking roof. It's large bay windows that are boarded up, and a small sort of balcony over top of the front door, and a second-story door that leads inside. And as you take a second and share a nervous look, you get the overwhelming sense of dread looking at this abode.
Any sign of recent inhabitants?
Give me a low jig.
Low
Or a
jig.
high jig.
Hey!
High jig.
We did it.
What?
Yeah. You see some scuff marks walking to the front door. You see, that's about all you can see from here, but it looks like there's movement towards the front door.
Any windows open?
Yeah, on the second story, there's a little window cracked open. In fact, you see the gray curtains from inside sort of listlessly swinging in the quickly rising wind.
Any vehicle outside?
No.
I don't see anyone. Do you, Donnie?
You're going to take one last cursory look around. I got a 1. That's a success.
Wow.
I also got a 1.
Yeah.
See where it's like fucking.
So, yeah, you don't see anything more, really. Well, are you looking for anything specifically?
I am looking for tracks of who has been walking
She already looked at
back
that.
and
Jacob
forth.
tracks.
So you could see tracks.
Jacob
leading
tracks.
for it.
Are they?
I mean,
are they little boy
sure,
tracks?
yeah. You can see like one little boy print in the dust.
Look at these. These have Jacob's trademark tread.
Nikes.
Yeah.
Nikes.
Nike swoop right there.
All right, let's go knock on the door.
Perfect. So
Is
you
that how
climb
we're
the
gonna do
fence. I'm going to say you take a 20 and get over. It's not going to be tough.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it quick, you can roll dexes.
No,
But there's going to be punishments if you fail.
we just wiggle.
Yeah, so you take your time. And you climb over and approach the house. By now, the sky is sort of a gray, but there's, it's still, the bright Florida sun is still illuminating a fair amount of light around you as you approach the floorboards. And as you do, dry reeds sort of whip up around you. Whoosh, the camera's sort of on like an angle, and you walk up looking at like the almost comically evil facade of this house. There's like a monster face in like a stonework on the porch.
A big spider like hangs.
Yeah,
down.
there's like a big spider like slowly creaking, and as you walk up to the front door, it's almost like a set. It's so like perfectly horrible. And yeah, are you like
there's like one of those swinging benches.
Porch swings.
Yeah, there's absolutely a bench, and it's like as you walk up, and like the minute you go to knock, it stops.
Okay. I'm not knocking. You're gonna knock, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna knock.
Cool.
So brave.
Boom.
Give me a dexterity roll.
Oh,
There's
trap.
a door slice.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
that'd
the
be
minute you go
brutal.
to knock, your leg tears through the floorboards, and you just fall. Like your foot takes a physical stress, as you like fall into the floorboard a little bit, and your like calf is under.
I scream.
Yeah, and give me a 1d4. We'll say 1 to 2 is unlucky. I mean, I want to do a 50-50, but whatever you want. 1 to 2 will be unlucky.
2.
Yeah, immediately you hear the swarm of bees that you've disturbed, and they start pouring out from underneath.
Bees!
Both of you roll dexterity.
Bees!
Bees! Run!
Oh, they're getting
I rolled a
me!
1.
Shauna, what do you do to like subvert the bees? You dodge them somehow.
Shauna punches every bee.
I'm gonna make you take damage just for being so ridiculous.
Okay. I do. I'm like swatting them.
Okay, yeah, that's cooler. So you start like swatting, you're like wildly swinging. But Donnie, you get hit with a bunch of bees. What do you do? Like,
I pull out my EpiPen.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like getting it ready as I see him.
Yeah,
Just holding it there.
You stab
Ready
it
to
into
take
you, and you eventually the bees sort of dissipate, and you guys are standing at the door again.
Fucking bees.
And you walk back up
Using my EpiPen.
with a new purpose, and you knock on the door, and it's sort of boom, 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 and like opens just a slight bit.
Jacob.
Voice echoes into the building.
She's got like welts all over her face. She's like,
No, she missed
Should we
it.
go in?
She slapped him away, you said.
yeah.
Doesn't Mr. Omani live here? They said it's Mr. Omani's place.
Yeah, but it's unlocked. But I saw a window open upstairs. Mr. Omani?
And you
Hello?
call out again, and there doesn't seem to be much of anything. In fact, walking in, you see the front hall is vacant. There's no pictures on the walls. It looks empty and abandoned.
Why did Jacob want to come here? Do we remember? Did he say anything?
Yeah, he said that he heard a noise. You guys heard something, and he thinks he saw movement inside.
Well, I guess let's take a look around.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull out my flashlight on my phone as my hand's shaking.
Perfect.
Yeah, you pour around. We're not going to do the typical room by room search in Call of Cthulhu because that's not this game. You take a look around upstairs and you see some small vacant bedrooms. None of them look used. None of them look occupied. And then you move around the main floor. There's a kitchen, dining room, storage room. Again, all barely used. Even the fridge has like an old jar of mustard in it. No, actually, it's a newer jar of mustard. And on the counter is a fresh loaf of bread. I will say that. But that's it. Mustard and bread. And as you're moving around the house, give me a logic roll.
Makings for a mustard sandwich. That's what that is.
That's what that is right there. I do declare.
I don't mind a mustard sandwich.
Oh, God. Another 6.
I also failed.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have experience? Did anybody donate?
No one cares about you.
No one gives a shit about
I don't
Donnie
blame them.
and Shauna.
Not the bees.
Shauna opens the bag of bread and takes a slice out and doesn't close it again.
Oh, perfect. So you just let the person know that you're here.
Yep. And she just takes a piece of bread and she starts chewing it.
Okay. Like a no give a fuck type thing.
Yeah.
And you're walking around.
She's trying to like make herself feel more courageous.
For sure. And then you see the basement stairs. It's like dark stone wall basement that leads down.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
Dare you to go in the basement.
No, I don't want to go in the basement.
But I dared you.
I don't know if he's here. Well, no, but you didn't double dog dare me.
Well, are you chicken?
Yeah, I am. I've been honest about my unwillingness to do things since we've been friends. I am a chicken. You are allowed to call me a chicken. I don't want to go down there. Okay, I'm looking around and I'm going to wait. What did we get for we got the basement roll, right?
No, you both failed the logic roll, but you see the basement.
Okay, fine. You know what? We're here to find our friend. So if you're too scared to go down yourself, then I will go down. I just wish you didn't have to try to put me down while you're doing it.
Hey, I'm brave.
Oh, well then why don't you go down instead of calling me a chicken?
Maybe I will.
Okay.
I will. Maybe I'll go right down. All right.
What if we went together? Let's go together. Let's
Okay.
just let's we're both afraid to go down.
If you want me to hold your hand, I will.
If you I would like to hold your hand, yeah. Can you hold my hand?
We hold hands and we go down into the basement.
And creak by creak, you
We hold hands like this?
Like so tightly.
Like down, like
the rickety wooden steps bend beneath the weight of you as you move down. And eventually you turn a tight corner. This cobblestone wall to your right, you see a large open space of the basement, which looks oddly cleaner than the rest of the house. It sort of looks well kept. Give me a logic roll.
I succeed this one.
Something other than a 6. That'll do. That passes.
Shauna, you see first and foremost some very faint light leaking out from a a cellar door, which stretches out towards what you perceive to be the back of the house. But what you see in the far end of the room sits much more uncomfortable. Almost on display, you see a coffin. At first, you think maybe it's just a pile of debris or boards or something, but as your eyes adjust to the dim light leaking from that slight cut in the cellar door, you see the distinct outline of the shape as it sits on a slab. It almost sits on like a table of sorts, and around it are red candles burned halfway down. They're out at the time, obviously, but the coffin sits closed in the far end of the room.
Donnie, look over there.
It's a coffin.
No way.
So we were right. It's vampires.
No, because it was out in the daytime, right? The vampires don't do that. Right? It would be
They
sleeping
stayed
right
in the
now.
shadows. Oh, maybe. Oh, wait. If it's sleeping right now, then do you think it's in there?
To go look.
You go look.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
1,
1,
2, 3,
3,
shoot.
shoot.
You have to pick
Or both
evens
doing
or
scissors.
odds, guys.
Oh, wait. We'll do it again. 1, 2,
1,
3, shoot.
shoot. We're both doing paper.
One more time. 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
shoot.
shoot. Ah, okay. I did scissors that time.
Okay. I did paper.
So, Shauna, you start moving across the vacant basement. The dirt floor stirs up beneath your feet as you approach the closed coffin.
You said there's some debris. I want to pick up like an old piece, like a splintered piece of a 2x4 or an old like screwdriver or
Sure, I'm
something.
going to say you find a steak-esque piece of wood.
Oh, okay. That works too. I just wanted to be able to open it with something else. I don't necessarily need like a stabbing implement. This is just...
Okay, then you have a metal bar.
Okay. So
Much worse.
I mean, if there's a steak, I'll take a steak. Stakers can't be choosers?
Nice.
Is that
I'll
something?
give you it for that pun.
Nice.
I'm reaching. I'm reaching.
Okay, so yeah, you pick up like a wooden stake.
A broken piece of wood, and she's standing like a foot and a half away from it, and she uses it to try to like push up the lid. And is it heavy?
No. You open to see the velvet lining from inside. It's like a dim red.
The skin of her face just pales underneath her freckles.
Who's holding the light?
Donnie.
So
I've
you
got the
can barely
light.
see it. You can't
This
see
shadow just yawns open. Donnie, there's shiny fabric inside. I can't see. Can you come closer?
Okay. And I walk closer with the light, illuminating the inside of the coffin.
And as he does, the light peeks into an empty coffin. And as you breathe a sigh of relief for a moment, you hear a car door slam outside.
We have to hide.
Moments pass.
I look around for a place to hide.
And you hear the front door rattle open upstairs and then shut.
So what?
What did you call me?
That's a slow.
Yeah, no, there's nowhere to hide. You look around, it's sort of like a vacant, well-kept.
What about underneath the stairs?
You could try. It would not be a good hiding spot.
I've got a pretty good track record for hiding.
You can do whatever you want. If you want to go into the stairs, you can.
We could go in the coffin.
There's also a cellar door that leaves this place.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's leaking light.
You can definitely hide.
We open the cellar door.
Okay, so you run into the cellar door just as you hear the footsteps stop at the top of the stairs. Give me a quick dexterity roll, both of you.
Oh, yeah, but I ate
Quick
the bread.
dexterity.
Maybe he
Oh,
didn't
another
see it.
6. That's a
Oh,
6 for me.
I also got a 6.
Guys,
Double sixes.
you go to push it and it opens, but it kind of rattles loudly as you swing it open. And the sunlight bathes as you see the sort of bush and the bush of the back of
Sunlight.
the house.
We're screaming. I think I'm screaming. I'm just going, ah!
Yeah. And as you do, you hear the basement door open and foots quickly descend as the two of you jump out.
Donnie,
and
run!
Do you shut the cellar door behind you?
No, just run. Just go.
We leave it open.
You start screaming and you run off into the woods and you start running and running. Are you holding hands or are you going like splitting up?
I've got the
We're
steak
splitting
in one
apart.
hand and I'm just
You're
fucking
splitting
running. Yeah.
We're not splitting up,
not.
but like we're running in like,
Yeah,
you know.
so you start running and you're running into the woods and you're running and you're running. You're like screaming as you're running through the woods.
Yeah,
and, like,
bloody murder, bloody murder.
Give me a dexterity roll, both of you.
Oh.
Wow, I hope it's not another 6. Hey, I succeeded this time.
I failed.
Donnie, you see Shauna fall, take another stress, and she like spills against the road. And you turn around, and you see her. Do you keep running?
No. I think about keep running, like that's the instinct, but my mind takes over and I run back to help her up.
You run over and you help her up.
I'm like clutching my hand where I was holding this like broken piece of wood, and you see I have this really deep, really sore looking splinter in my hand.
Yeah.
I start crying. I fell down.
Come on, Shauna, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Give me a logic roll.
I straighten my
Donnie.
glasses. Boom, 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 boom. That's success.
Nice. As you're running through the woods, you see that there's sort of like an old path that you stumble upon, and it's like that much quicker movement. You no longer like randomly running through like swampy areas, and you start on the path and you start bolting, and you're running and you're running and you're running and you're running, and then you come across like a weird dock.
Dock?
It's sort of like this stretch out into the water to this small island that's only like 20 feet off, and there's like a building on it.
This way, come on! And I start running across the dock.
And you do, and it's quick. You get across, and you run to the other side, and you push in through this like wooden door that's open, and you go to shut it behind you, and you're standing in a bizarre room. You take a second to catch your bearings, and you look out the small window of the door, and it looks like no one's following you. Looks like for the moment, or maybe at all, you lost the person. I mean, this is a fair jog from the house. But it's definitely part of the same land. At least you think it is. And as you look around in the shack, you see that it's sort of a much more usable building. First and foremost, give me both a logic roll.
This game should be called Logic and Dex.
Sorry.
The game.
Logic Index.
It's not your fault. Just the same way that Call of Cthulhu should be called.
You both
Spot
succeeded?
Hidden. I did. I got a 1.
So you turn around and you see this small room of this building, but it's sort of not fresh wood, but it's well cleaned, well maintained, and there's another exiting door sort of towards the small pond that this cabin sits on almost. As you're looking around, you see this large desk, and you walk over to see almost schematics, and for a second you sort of ponder as you look, and you see fish drawn, sort of like, you know, it's their scales and like their fins and stuff like that, and their teeth, and lying in like clamps, you see there's a fish in sort of those, what do you call them?
Clamps?
You know those clamps?
Vice?
Vice, thank you. In like a vice, you see a pale fish with large, sharp teeth that are exposed. And as you are looking around, you also see a large bottle of SPF 3000 like sitting on a table.
Donnie, look. This must be for the vampire.
Why?
Well,
Why would he need it?
SPF? Sun protection.
Oh, that's what that is. Right. Sorry. I got distracted. Okay. So what do you think he does? He comes out here and puts this on? Why doesn't he keep it in his house?
And what's with the fish?
And as you see, there's like a cork board behind. It says the advertisement. Inferno, Florida, you know that every first week of summer there is a huge party at the beach where they have everybody in town out. There's hot dogs and swimming galore. It is where everybody comes, and it's tomorrow. And for some reason, there's an advertisement pinned to the corkboard and circled in black ink.
Why do you think he's gonna come to the down home swim party?
To suck people's blood? Lots of victims there?
You think so? Oh,
I don't know. If I was a vampire, maybe that's where I would go. We can't let him take any more victims. How many people do you think he's killed?
Do you think that's what happened to Jacob?
I don't know.
And as you're pondering, you look at that fish that's in like the vice, It's kind of got pale flesh and sharp teeth, and as you're like leaning closer, it starts to move. And it's like flapping back and forth.
So it's not in water. It's just like viced,
Yeah.
hanging in the air.
It's like viced against the desk.
My God.
What?
Like viced against the desk and like wiggling back
Look
and
at
forth.
look at its teeth. We don't have any fish like this in this part of Florida.
It's a piranha. Right?
Is it a piranha? Do we have piranhas in
Give me
Florida?
a logic roll. Yeah, I think they do.
Do I know what kind of fish this is? I know fish.
Yeah, it's just like a.
Oh, that's a 6. No, I don't know what this
Yeah,
fish
you
is.
don't know.
Is it a
You know what
koi?
the fish is, but it's like dead, and it's hissing.
What?
Wait. Shauna, I have a crazy idea. I want to find a way to like grab some like burlap or something and wrap it around and then hold the fish and take it outside into the sunlight.
Okay.
So I have a theory.
Okay. So you're gonna grab the fish.
Yeah, but with like burlap between my hands and stuff.
Okay, I'll say you find burlap. So you go, and then you go to like reach for it, and it's like, and it's like baring its tiny little sharp fish teeth at you.
Yeah. It's a fish. It's a fish.
Okay, give me a dexterity roll.
Oh no, don't get bitten.
I fail.
Yeah, so like you go to grab it, but as you have a hand on it, it's fine, and you wheel it one thing on the vise and it flips out, and it's like flapping around on the floor, like jumping between the two of you as you're like freaking out.
And
Both of you
Get it out the door! Get it out the door!
Both
Like grab a
okay.
broom and start like
Give me
sweeping
dexterity
it,
rolls,
smacking
both
it.
of you.
I fail.
Yeah, so like
I fucking fail too.
you guys, this is such shit rolls. So it jumps up and like slaps a little bit, like, but
It's slapping me!
but it's like clearly trying to bite. It's like like chomping at the air as you're like trying to jump around.
I try to push it away.
Yeah, I'll say you open the door and you kick it out, and as it falls out, it's like, and in the sunlight, it starts burning like terribly, and then like just dries up and curls.
Whoa.
Shauna,
It was trying to bite me.
I think
And now
we
it's-
found ourselves a vampire fish.
Dun dun dun. And as you look past the vampire fish that's now burnt in the sunlight, you see the path goes down to the edge of the water, and there's these like black balls floating all over the pond.
What are those?
You walk closer and closer to realize that these are keeping the light out of the water. And you sort of push aside some with your feet, and you see that the pond is filled with thousands upon thousands of vampire fish. Now, what are you doing there? You hear a voice from behind you, and as Deputy Portman is standing at the open door. You kids are being disruptive to Mr. Vlad here. And he turns and steps aside and points. And the two of them are sort of standing in the small room that you guys were just in. And you see Vlad standing there, like in the shadow of the place with his greasy black hair on either side of his face, with like darting eyes, the two of you. He says, "Yes, they also harassed me at the warehouse. These children are no good.
What?
Kids, you have a lot of explaining to do."
No, you do. Where's our friend Jacob?
I told you I'm looking for him.
Well, you didn't do a very good job. How come you ended up down at the warehouse to see Mr. Vlad?
Well, how did you know that?
Because we're
We
better
followed
detectives than
you.
you are.
Yeah.
Well, now I say I was looking for your friend Jacob because,
At the warehouse?
Well, because you said that he had come to this here house that Mr. Vlad is renting.
And so you went to the warehouse?
To ask for the key, which Mr. Vlad was very kind to give me.
Well, we didn't need a key. We came here and it was open.
And the sheriff sort of like, sorry, Mr. Vlad, I guess I left the door unlocked after I came in and checked for Jacob myself. Kids, you have some explaining to do.
There's a coffin in his basement!
And we almost got eaten by a mean fish!
Oh, do you mean... Oh, of course. Come. And the deputy and Vlad lead you back to his house, and you enter through the
No.
cellar.
We're still standing by the water. And I say, get him to come outside!
And Vlad's like, okay. And he steps out into the sun. He sort of like winks a little bit at it, and he's like, do you feel better now? He smiles at you. And then the two of you lead you back to the house as you're like sort of like a little bit behind, like scuffing and shit. And then you're in the basement, and Vlad is like, this, of course, is my work. I am a photographer. I was taking photos at the warehouse as well as too. You see, and he points at the ground, there's like tiny scuff marks. This is where my tripod stands. And he like takes from a back corner upstairs. A woman comes down holding his tripod. And he like sets it up. I'm taking an album cover for a new metal band. This is all just a set.
Who's the woman?
The woman is like someone who's helping, like an assistant, maybe an actress or something. She's like wearing a scantily clad sort of like torn bikini type thing for whatever they were taking at the warehouse, I guess. And the deputy's like, well, I knew this, Vlad. You told me this when I picked up the key, that I would find some funny stuff in the basement. It's these here dang kids that are trying to cause a ruckus. And you boys,
What about
girl?
What about the cabin with the vampire fish?
Now, I don't know nothing about what you're then there talking about with no cabin and no fishes. But Vlad here has helped in our investigation. He's a good, law-abiding, tax-paying guest to our country, and he's just here trying to take some pictures. And from what I understand, little missy, somebody stole a piece of his bread.
I'd never do that. I'm gluten intolerant.
On top of that, I think, as you've already admitted to finding the door open, meaning you had come inside, and since he had heard you coming out the back door there, Mr. Vlad, you're entitled to press charges against these two hoodlums if you should so choose.
Actually, we were just coming inside because my friend got bitten by some bees and he has an anaphylactic allergy.
Well, I don't know here that there about no bees.
Show him your EpiPen.
Oh, I show them. Look, I had to use it.
In fact, we should go to the hospital right now.
Now, you listen here, little missy. Father said you talked yourself out of community center after a service after pissing there in that holy water there. Vlad, what do you choose to do? And Vlad sort of stands with his back towards you, looking at the coffin, and he turns around and says, well, I don't really know. Obviously, these kids regret ever coming to my home. Isn't that right? And he like sort of walks over to the two of you, the sort of size of him, large and menacing, and he looks down at you two. What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Do you regret coming here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Then I suppose no further action is required. And he turns around and begins walking back upstairs. Now, you two kids need to get out of here before I decide that I'm going to press charges for you following me and my partner, Chuck.
Mr. Vlad, she calls out after his receding back.
And he stops on the stairs and turns around. Yes.
Have you seen our friend Jacob?
I'm sorry to say that I have not. But of course, I only rent half the property. back upstairs.
Who runs the other half?
Deputy says, well, I don't know, and that's none of that they're your business neither. You leave it to the police of the county. Which county are we in, Fern? You leave it to me and Chuck after our lunch. Unless dinner starts. Tomorrow we'll get to it. And he turns and starts walking upstairs.
Oh, is it
So
close
we're
to
just
lunchtime?
left downstairs.
Yeah, the two of you are staying in the basement for a moment.
I don't like any of this.
Someone else owns half the property? That explains why they don't know anything about the cabin and the fish.
Or he's just lying to us.
He might be. But
Hey,
either way, we've got to find out who owns this part of the property. Maybe City Hall has more information.
isn't it time for your lunch with your parents? Or with your
Yeah,
dad?
well,
Sorry.
Yeah, with my dad.
And you realize you got a text message like an hour ago, and it's from your dad, and he says, hey, son, we're going to meet you at the restaurant. You're not answering. And he gives you the address of the restaurant. He says, feel free to invite Shauna if you'd like. The more the merrier. Will be nice to have a little lunch out. My treat. I've already cleared it with her mom.
And I show it to Shauna. What do you say?
Yeah, okay. Let's go. Maybe Mrs. Nevin will know what to do.
And you...
Yeah.
So you head back outside past Vlad, who's sort of standing on the porch, and says, you really shouldn't try to interfere with other people's business.
You have bees in your porch.
They're my bees. And I like them.
Bikes away.
And the deputy sort of says one last thing to you. Now you make sure to stay out of this there business. We're going to find your friend Jacob, and everything will be all right. Hey, go to the big old summer swim fling tomorrow at the beach. Everyone will be there. It'll be nice to finally get our feet wet and swim along with the fishies in the water. And he gets into his police cruiser and slams the door and fires it up and drives away.
As he's driving away, Shauna's like, everyone's gonna get eaten by vampires!
And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
bubblegum and princesses. And he drives off down the road. And the two of you are standing there next to your bikes.
Tomorrow's gonna be a bloodbath unless we do something.
This is just like that old movie Jaws, when they have the beach party and then everyone dies.
Or Blood Lake.
Yeah.
They feed on one thing only. I think it's people. I haven't seen it.
I don't know. I don't think my mom would like me to watch that movie. Let's go get some lunch.
The two of you bike off to the address your dad sent and come into a small strip of buildings and pull up right in front of the sushi restaurant that your dad has picked out for you.
Nice.
Sushi. How appropriate.
And you are sweaty as you kind of pour into the front doors, nervous and rambling and talking as your dad sort of waves to you, and him and Miss Nevins are sitting. Miss Devins? Nevins?
Nevin.
Miss Nevin. Nevin.
I wrote Nevins and then Devins because I'm an idiot and I watched too much Survivor.
You watched just enough Survivor.
And
Oh, what if he won? That's why
don't
you
say
wrote it.
nothing.
That's why you wrote
Well, I
it.
don't know yet.
Okay.
Anyway, he waves you guys over, and you approach. Hi guys, my treat. I'm glad you guys could both come. Hi Shauna, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Langley.
Well, good. And hi, buddy. Are you okay? You guys look really worse for wear.
I got a splinter.
Oh,
We were in the woods.
you have a splinter. Oh, and Miss Nevins is like, do you want me to take that out for you?
Yeah.
Come on. And she like takes you by the hand to the woman's washroom and she like leads you off and gives you and your dad a second to talk. He's like, hey buddy, listen, I'm so sorry about this. I knew I was springing it on you real quick like, but I want to tell you about Miss Nevins and tell you kind of I'm thinking about with her. Is that okay?
What was that? That was a loud car.
This Florida people.
Very loud bird.
They fuck up their cars so much. Are you? I want to talk to you a bit about Miss Nevins. Are you okay?
Yeah, she said you guys are dating.
Yeah. So, and you and Miss Nevins enter the bathroom, and she walks over to the sink, and she's like, "Oh wow, how the hell did you get this?" No.
Hello?
Hello.
What? Sorry?
That's how did you get this?
Oh, I just had a
I was
mental
like, "There's no way I'm
breakdown.
muted." You're like,
We're in the same room.
Just right here.
But you're still talking to Justin.
No, she's like, "How the hell did you get this?"
On a piece of wood.
Oh, okay. And she like walks you over to the sink, and she's like, "I know you and Donnie are really good friends, and you both have been really good students. I guess I was wondering, do you think he'd be ready to see his dad date somebody?"
Yeah. Mrs. Nevin, you're really nice and everything you're nice for a teacher. And I think Donnie likes you, but also we're dealing with our friend missing, Jacob. You remember him from second grade? He's missing, so it's probably not a good time right now. We're kind of...
And she sort of nods and says, "Where did you get this splinter?"
Do you know someone named Mr. Omani? Omani?
I know the name. Why? What about him?
That's where Jacob went last night. That was the last place he was seen. And when we told the sheriff, he acted like a crazy dude.
Did you go there too?
Yeah.
Anything interesting?
Yeah.
What did you find?
We found some scary stuff.
Like what?
I don't want to tell you.
You can tell me.
No. I don't want to get in trouble.
Shauna, I've known you for a long time. You're not a girl who shies away from trouble. Try me. And your dad is like, and then when I bend her over the couch, I worry that I'm going to hurt her, but she keeps saying harder. And you sure this isn't getting too mature for you, buddy? I don't have many friends, and I want to...
No.
Look, it doesn't matter. I just want to make sure that you're having a good time and that, you're not going to be too upset by Miss Nevins and I maybe taking this to the next level.
Yeah, whatever, Dad. Whatever makes you happy.
All right. What do you say we order a whole buckload of fish? And she's like, you can tell. And then back to the bathroom. You can tell me, Shauna.
Well, I think Mr. Omani is a vampire.
A vampire? What made you think that?
The coffin.
Well, I think he's a photographer.
And the fact that he doesn't like the light, and we found SPF 3000 million.
Why? Where did you find SPF 3000?
In his house, I think. It doesn't matter.
And she squeezes your hand.
Yeah.
Where did you find SPF 3000?
It was in his house.
Was it in his house? She squeezed you tighter.
I'm lying to her.
Yeah, give me a try.
Give you a try?
Give me a lie roll.
Give me a try. Is there
Give me a try. I'm a good liar.
Yeah.
Just try it. Try it, baby.
I got 2 5s, so I failed.
Yeah, and you're like, her fingers are like digging into you a little
Mrs. Nevin, you're hurting me.
bit. I know I'm hurting you. Where did you find that?
Mrs. Nevin, stop it right now.
Tell me, you little bitch.
She just screams.
And she like puts her hand over your mouth.
She kisses me deeply.
She puts her hand over your mouth, and she says, "If you don't shut up right now, I'm gonna slit your throat. I'm gonna kill your friend Donnie, and I'm gonna kill Jacob, who's in my basement right now. Listen to me, you little bitch. Tomorrow's gonna go off without a hitch, and everyone in this fucking town is gonna turn into a vampire."
I kick her in the shins.
And she bites you.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, deeply, right in your neck, and starts drawing your blood. And you're screaming like into her mouth just as someone opens the door, and she like spins you around and like holds you, but you're feeling like woozy. Give me a vitality roll.
Oh, I don't have good vitality either.
Yeah, well, you screamed against a vampire.
Of course I did. I'm a little shit.
Oh, you're maybe working for her soon.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. With a failure?
Yeah. So you are just like kind of totally woozy, and the woman walks in and she's like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like,
Just bleeding from the neck.
She's like holding your neck, and she's like, no,
And she has blood on her mouth.
well, it doesn't have to be bleeding in though. She's a skilled vampire, and she's like, oh, please, my friend's daughter just fainted. She just screamed and passed out. It's okay. She just needs a minute. And the woman's like, oh, okay, and like walks out, and Miss Nevins leans forward and locks it and spins you back around and looks you in the eye and says, I can finish you right here. I can turn you into whatever I want. Don't move. And she goes to bite you again. And there's a knock at the door. And she's like, what? And Donnie, you've been nervous that Sean has been gone for like a bit too long, and your dad's conversation was getting like far too uncomfortable. And you go and knock on the bathroom door.
Miss Nevin?
Yeah.
Is everything okay in there?
Johnny.
And she like just covers your mouth.
Shauna? Is Shauna okay?
She's feeling a bit woozy. I pulled the splinter out, and she saw the blood, and she's feeling a bit under the weather.
Under the weather?
Someone needs to spend XP on what? XP for Joe.
Thanks, Zia.
Are you guys gonna come back out soon?
We're gonna be out in just a minute. And she spins you back around.
Can I do a logic?
Sure.
Ooh.
I mean,
I'm wondering. I'm
you're
trying
not
to
gonna know
ask.
she's a vampire, but you can.
No, but community. What is the right question to ask to find out whether she's a vampire? Like incriminating evidence. I don't know. I guess she wouldn't.
She backs you to the far end, Shauna, and she turns you back around and says, "Listen here." And she starts pulling out concealer from her pocket. She's like dotting your neck. She's like, "Listen here. You want to live through this lunch? You shut up and you play nice, or I will kill you. I will kill Donnie, and I will kill his dad right here with one swoop. Do not test me."
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because
I'm evil.
And
I rolled a.
Yeah, you
I rolled a
logic.
1 on my logic.
Okay, so what is that for?
Creaking the door open and like.
No, it's locked, but you can do something
Oh,
else. Maybe you can
listening.
listen. Sure. Okay.
Listening, yeah.
Yeah. So you hear her, and she's like, "You're gonna be quiet, or whatever I just said. You're gonna shut up and you're gonna play nice, or I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill
Donnie.
and I'm gonna kill his dad." And yeah,
Just to walk back to the table.
she
and sit
conceals
down.
you.
Yeah.
And she like,
I wonder
she
what that
like
was about.
she lets go of you, Shauna, to see how you react.
Must
but,
be
like,
girl things.
You also notice her like claws, her like fingernails are extended, like they're sharper. And for a moment, and she's like a more ravenous look in her eyes, and she kind of steps back and waits for you to like.
How do I feel? Do I
feel
just
really
feel
woozy.
really weak?
Yeah, really weak right now. She just took some of your blood. But she's sort of standing back with her like fingers sharpened. Are you playing along or?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And she like puts them back away, and she's like, "Good girl." And she turns around and like unlocks the door, and she's like right back to Miss Nevin. She's like, "Come on." Oh, one more thing. And she stops and she like pulls out the splinter like really painfully and like licks it. Just like fucking licks it clean and like tosses in the garbage bin. She's like, "Let's go." And walks out. And Donnie, you sit back down. Your dad's like, "Are the girls doing all right?" It's like a few minutes before or whatever, or a minute before.
And I'm white as a sheet.
"Buddy, are you okay?" Just as like Miss Nevins walks back in now. And he's like, "Hey, you girls have a little powwow?"
I feel sick.
You feeling sick? And Miss Nevins like shoots you a look. Yeah, she didn't like the sight of her blood when I pulled out the splinter. Isn't that right, Shauna?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's tough. I ordered for everybody. I hope that's okay. Got the whole sashimi and some soup for everyone. And
I'm not really that hungry. I might just drink my Coke.
sure, okay. Well, honey, I ordered for you. And Miss Nevin's like, you know me. I don't eat that much anyway. And I had a big meal. I just really wanted to be here to meet, Donnie and Shauna. And honestly, honey, I think keeping them inside this cooped up restaurant right now is just too much for them. And why don't we all go out together and maybe, I don't know, watch a movie or something?
I should go home. I'm feeling really sick.
Oh,
my parents are probably worried about me.
I mean, I guess I can drive you home. And Miss Nevin's like, yes. Why don't we all get in the car? And
No, I'll stay here with you guys. I want to get to know you, Miss Nevin, and hear more about your budding relationship. Shauna has her bike. She can get home.
Oh, I don't think she should try to get home by herself. Shauna, you look like you're about to pass out.
Yeah, I can Uber. My parents put the app on my phone.
Donnie,
Yeah, she can.
She
she
like
can
gets
Uber.
the app out.
Okay, Dad.
starts
It's okay.
punching it.
Donnie, why don't you go with her? And Miss Nevin's like, no, Donnie should stay with us. And he's like, no, Shauna.
It's
doesn't
okay.
look to-
It's okay, Dad. She'll order an Uber. She's done it
hold on,
before. I'll stay.
The
It's
adults are
okay,
talking.
Dad.
Relax.
Dad.
Hold on 1 second.
Dad.
Hey,
It's okay. It's okay. I'll stay here.
And
She can
as she
go, it's
has her
fine.
phone out, she texts to Donnie, Mrs. Nevin is a vampire. Sends it.
and your phone loudly buzzes. Who's that? Is that Jacob?
Oh,
I'm gonna do a Miss Nevin's logic
Okay, cool.
because she's a fucking smart lady.
Well,
Yep. And she's like staring daggers at you. And she's like, oh. You know what? I'll drive Shauna home. I'll take the car. I don't want
Uber's
to
on
break
its
up the
way.
I don't want to break up the boys. Come on. And she
Uber's
stands
on
up,
its way.
And she
I
like
can't-
puts
no,
her hand
no,
around you hard
help,
and like lifts you.
help!
hey, let go of her, Miss Nevin.
And your dad is like, hold on, everybody. Son, calm down. Darling, you don't need to grab her that hard. Everyone take a chill pill. And the restaurant's like quiet and like looking at this table. Miss Nevins like stands up and is like, I am sorry. I have a short temper and I'm about to lose it. And she looks down at you, Shauna. I will lose it. And like, obviously your dad is like a bit like concerned and nervous, and he's sitting back. He's like, okay. What do you do, Shauna?
Okay, why don't we all just drive her home then
And Miss Nevins is
together?
like, okay, as long as we're all together, I think that'll make everyone happiest.
Dealing. My Uber's here.
And you stand up and
You're gonna get a bad rating.
I know. My parents are gonna get bad rating.
we all begin to
okay.
walking towards the door, and your dad like throws down cash, like so befuddled and frustrated at the
The
situation.
sushi's just arriving.
Yeah, he's
It's
like,
like beautiful.
"Oh." And yeah, you all start moving outside, and your dad's car is there.
And I need to roll to keep a pair of chopsticks?
Ooh.
Interesting.
I love that.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Can I donate my XP to Justin?
of course, you can donate.
It'd be dexterity, right?
Yeah, I think it would be something
Okay.
like that.
So you get to raise your skill by
So
one.
Zia's XP. goes-
Oh, well, I succeed.
Did you? So yeah, you sneak a peek pair of chopsticks in your pocket. Nice, well done.
Thank you.
And the four of you go moving towards the car. And Miss Devins is like, honey, I feel so bad. You paid for that fish and all that kind of stuff. Why don't you head back inside and go at least collect it and we can eat it at home? And he's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. You guys stay around.
No,
here.
Dad, no, it's okay.
What is
I'll-
with you?
We'll just order a pizza. You can use my allowance money. It's fine.
No, I just paid for it. We have a ton of sushi coming. You're being ridiculous.
I'm gonna throw up.
And he's like, okay, well, I'll get you a bag while I'm inside. And he turns around and heads inside, which is such a dad sympathy because I would totally do the same thing. I'd be like, relax, it's fine. I'm not fucking going home without sushi. And
It's
he heads
like
inside.
$85 worth of fucking fish.
And he turns around. You turn around, you see Miss Nevins, and the three of you are standing in the parking lot. It's like a vacant, surrounded by like lowland, dry shrubberies and palm trees. There's only like one or two cars, and it's almost like a western. As you turn to her, and the gray sky is above, and she's like, "You little bitch, you couldn't keep your mouth shut." And you're feeling more like yourself right now, just
Okay.
because it'll be more interesting than role playing yourself. Role playing a drugged up version. And she's like, what the fuck do you two think you're doing?
Talk about bitches. You have our friend.
Yeah, well, he came into my property, and I'm trying to do something very time consuming.
So it's your shack.
Yeah, it's my shack and the vampire fish that I have created. Do you know how long it took to bite one and then make them breed and eat and bite all the others to make all the vampire fish?
Sounds
And you know what I'm going to do?
really boring.
Well, it was. And I'm going to unleash them all tomorrow. The ocean. All of this little town is going to be turned into vampires. Or feasted. I haven't decided.
So is Jacob dead or is he alive?
Jacob is none of your concern anymore. Let's just say he is. What are you doing? Are you filming me?
Mm-hmm.
You little shit. She
Live
walks
streaming?
over. Were you actually
You're live right now, Miss Nevin. You're live. You are on the internet.
No, she's not live. She's dead. She's a
Give me that.
vampire.
And she like snatches it from you, and she's like trying to fiddle with it. And she's like, "How? What am I doing? Did I turn the camera around? Where is this? Who is this? Is this your friend? Where is this? Where am I? Am I on Facebook? Am I on the Facebook? Did you put me on the YouTubes? Don't put me on the YouTubes." And she like tosses the phone down, but it like, give me a roll, 1 to 2, and it breaks. 3 to 4, and it like perfectly keeps filming.
Can I be live streaming though? Can I have set that up?
For sure. I did not.
That
think
was
about that.
brilliant,
That's
by the
great.
way, Justin.
Yeah, so smart.
Fucking brilliant.
Thank you. Dexterity?
No, just a straight
one.
up lock. Okay, perfect. So yeah. Oh no, it smashes. Is that a 4?
What?
No, I wanted you to do a
No,
1
it's
to,
a-
I wanted luck. 1 to 2 and it
a
smashes.
1d4.
3
I
to
see,
4
okay.
and it like keeps filming.
3. Keep
Perfect. So it like not only
Yes.
does it keep filming, it like bounces against the wall and like is on an angle that's like showing the three of you. And she's like,
Thank you,
"You
Otter
little-
Case."
You little fuck." And she like walks over and grabs you. Like there's no combat against her. She's like a vampire. She like lifts you up in like nothing, and she's like, "What did you do? Who did you send that to?"
I'm just
I
screaming.
wasn't able to send it out. I wasn't able to send it out yet, but if anybody were to watch it, I would want them to call the police and have them come to the sushi restaurant down the street.
And she like tosses you back, and you go skidding across the like dusty driveway. And she turns to you and just swipes you across the face. Both of you can take
Physical
damage,
stress?
physical stress, yeah. And she walks over to
I would like to get up,
yeah,
run to a car,
okay,
and try to see if it's unlocked.
okay. You do that, and she's gonna walk towards. Well, I'll say 1 to 2. She walks towards Donnie. 3 to 4. She follows you to the car. Yeah, so she goes to the car instead. So you roll dexterity to see if you get there first.
All right. I do.
Nice, and roll 1 to 2, and it's unlocked out of 4.
And it is.
Perfect. Yeah, it's unlocked, and you shut the door right as she approaches.
And auto locks.
Okay. And she's like smiling for a second. What are you gonna do? I'll give you one action.
I'm going to scoot as far away from her within the car as I can.
Okay.
So if, across the back seat or climb over the center console or whatever.
I'll say you picked. Did you want to be in the back seat or the front seat or?
Back seat.
Perfect. So yeah, she looks at you. You have enough time to scooch all the way to the side, and then she just reaches back, and smashes through the window, and starts like reaching for you.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, Donnie?
I'm trying to give Donnie time.
Yeah.
How far away is the church?
Right
across
Right
the
next
street.
door.
Let's say it's next door.
It's actually a combined sushi restaurant and church.
Yeah, it's like right next door.
/ church. No shit, really.
Yeah.
So if I see the church right there, I'm gonna run into the church, and I'm going to run for the holy water.
Okay. And
But
she's
she
gonna
peed in it.
give me a dexterity roll.
Okay.
No, not you. Shauna.
Oh, yes,
She's
indeed.
just swiping at you now.
That's a fail.
Yeah, she grabs your foot.
Oh, no, wait. That's a success.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I have a 4.
She goes to like grab your foot, but she can't. She climbs farther in. And you run up the steps. Give me a dexterity roll, Justin, and see if you do this quick.
All right. Reset. Roll. 2 success.
Yeah, and as you get to there, you see the holy water is empty. And Father Michael McGillicuddy walks in. He's like, "Oh, so the the guilty party returns. Are you looking to pee in another holy water?"
Mr. McGillicuddy. Mr. McGillicuddy, I've got something very important to tell you.
McGillicuddy to you.
Father
It's
McGillicuddy,
very
I have
important
something-
that you respect your elders. I took sympathy on you and Shauna because Jacob was missing, and I understood that you were under a lot of stress. But
You remember what you said today about the waters and the baby and the sinners being punished and the holy water being a perfect cleanser and all of these things?
Treateth thee like thine little baby, for thine baby is breasted, and thy shoulders sore, and thy tummy rumbly, and thy shoulders also rumbly?
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
I have a way that you can put that into actual practice right now to be the best priest that there ever was on this forsaken planet of ours, that we need the hope of Jesus, and I needed to take the holy water and dump it on somebody.
Yeah. Interesting. Shauna, give me a dexterity roll.
Can Donnie's dad be coming out at this point?
No.
Because I really want to. Oh, I
No.
failed. I really want him to see his
Yeah, I know.
girlfriend
That'll be-
halfway in a car.
He grabs you, and she grabs you and starts pulling you out, and she like tears off the car door as she pulls you out to the street and or the parking lot, and she like kneels down on top of you, and she is like right on top of you.
I'm just screaming bloody murder, like.
Yeah.
You know how screaming sounds.
Yeah, and Donnie, give me a roll, persuasion roll,
Oh shoot, I have.
or logic if you want to try a logic.
Oh, I will logic.
You're trying to like math.
So
it out
I
for
will.
him.
I will say. You are a priest. You can't dump out holy water. Is that right? You can't get rid of it, even though someone peed in it, right?
What?
That would be blasphemous
Well, yes, of course.
to dump holy water. But you don't want to use it. You're not going to anoint anybody with that holy water because you're anointing someone with pee.
There's pee in it.
I have someone outside who really could use that holy water. In fact, she's been touched by the devil. She has, and she needs some divine intervention. And you're going to be the one to give it to her.
Well, all right.
I got a 1. That works for either charisma or logic.
Ooh.
Okay, so you want him to do it, or you want him to give you the?
I want him to do it. Yeah.
Okay, he's like, all right, and he walks by the front door and he picks up like a potted plant. He's like, I overwatered it. Let's go. And he walks out with the potted plant.
That's her. That's her there at the car. She's got my friend. Quick.
Yeah. So give me a vitality roll.
Eek. Nope.
So we're gonna say 1 to 2 body, 3 to 4 face. Yeah, she literally snatches out your eye. She's like,
as you just like blood is like just pouring from your face.
Oh no, Shauna!
Yeah, and you're just like,
Ouch.
screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the priest
brutal.
is seeing all of this.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But he's like an idiot too. He's like, oh, what is this? And he's walking down. But she is distracted. So he's gonna
I am
walk
distracted?
over. No, the vampire.
You got an eye.
She's like snatching at your eye, and she's like, and she's like licking the blood.
Stab her!
And as he walks over, he's like, I didn't think I can do this. Here, and he hands it to you, Donnie.
And I throw it at her.
Give me a dexterity roll.
All right. That's a success.
Yeah.
And the potted plant smashes over her back, and she like everything stops. She like drops the eye and stands up, squishing the eye into the gravel, and
like it's
spins
just
on it.
an eye. No.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, and like smoke starts coming off her as it's washed off some of the sunscreen that she was wearing. And she's like, but it's also the holy water is like burning her, and she's like, and she turns back towards Shauna, and she says, I'm still gonna take you with me, you bitch. And she bends down and she picks you up and she reels back to take out the other eye.
And I'm going to run forward. I gotta stab her with the chopstick right in the heart.
And you're gonna run and you jam the chopstick directly into her heart from the back. I won't make you roll for it. It's like a coup de grace.
Okay.
And the chopstick goes through her as you see Shauna, the through your one good eye, the chopstick just like piercing through her chest, and she's like, and she like drops you and turns around. The scalded like hot water like on her face now like contorted, her fangs long, blood dripping all down her face. She like turns and kneels. Father McGillicuddy is like, oh, and your dad walks out holding the sushi, and he's like, honey, and he like drops it and like goes springing, and she like stands there and begins like crumbling to dust as she's like,
Can I get the last word?
Yeah.
Can I get the last word on
She
her?
like looks to you.
Say, Miss Nevin, you're covered in pee.
And she like falls down into like a puff of smoke as the evening sets. The following weeks are interesting to say the least. They hire a special task force spearheaded by Father Michael McGillicuddy to bless the entirety of the pond, killing all of the vampire fish, which they found out had a long tube running towards the ocean. Shauna unfortunately lost her eye entirely, but got a really cool badass eye patch
Fuck yeah.
from her adventure.
It's got a skull and crossbones on it.
And Jacob was found, no worse for wear except a little blood loss, in the basement of Miss Nevin's home, which of course had a coffin and many other vampire-esque trinkets in the basement. Here endeth the tale of Vampire Fish. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Vampire Fish.
That was awesome.
That was
Thank you
great.
so much for hanging out with
That
us.
was fantastic.
Thank you. This is a lot of fun. I hope you guys had some fun, and we're not done until we do some Endgame XP. I'm thinking Lauren Klein?
Yeah, I drew a vampire fish.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's so
cute.
good.
It's
You
actually
like him?
cuter than I thought.
Exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, Lauren
He's a cute
Klein
fish.
was definitely here with us all night long.
So nice.
A plus.
I'm thinking Lauren Klein. You went Endgame. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Vampire Fish. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are going to be back next week again with, I think, probably another one shot, probably something similar. And then Joe and I are on vacation for 2 weeks. There's going to be a Justin Reeves and then maybe another one shot game. We're going to figure that out. And other than that, that's it from us. As my very good friend Joe always likes to say,
It is my bedtime.
it's my bedtime, guys. Good night.
Good night.